Christmas trap! Hello everyone, it's me, Christine, again. How are you doing? Good morning, welcome on in, happy Saturday. Welcome to all the recruits in the chat, all the new detectives, all the old detectives. Everyone who's working on the big dream of becoming a detective, welcome on in. Welcome to the Menchie gang, welcome to the mods, welcome to Menchie herself. An icon. The best detective of all. What a bop, right? I know. Like, I was doing this while the screen was playing. What were you guys doing? Sock dancing? I have some files that I want to go through today, okay? I got some files. Do you have time? Because I have files. Not nail files, actually. We're out of stock of those. But, you know, regular paper files. We can go through those. How about that? How's that sound? I'm full of jokes today. Thank you, Dominique, for the gifted Menchie Gang membership. Menchie Gang! Assemble! You ready to do paperwork? Let's get it. Let's do it. Everyone, clock in. We're doing paperwork. We're going through the files. I have a few. I have many pages. This is going to take a few hours, so you better sit down. Grab a tea. You know, sit by your Christmas tree or not if it's too early for you. Also, I can't see. I'm just wearing these. Wow, now it's bright. I just thought, you know, like really cool Christmas detectives, they must wear sunglasses, right? No? Cat ears and sunglasses. I just invented a new look. All right. Welcome on in, everyone. It's Simply Stream Saturday, and we're chilling today, but we are also discussing, okay? Get your NDAs in the chat. Let's go. NDAs need to be signed, although I know many of you have signed multiple NDAs over the years. Thank you for continuing to extend your contract. Yeah, because every time you type NDA in the chat, there's actually a term. It just, the writing's too small, so you can't see it. So you need to extend your NDA and the terms of our agreement by virtue of typing NDA and using the emote in the chat again. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Got it. Got it. Check. Check. I'm checking you guys off in my files here. Yeah. Okay. Dr. Cat Mediocre Manny. Emitsu. Let's go. Okay. We got Megan Nerdcore Aquamari Christina with an H. What? Who has H's in their name? It's Christmas without the H. Actually, we're gonna have to ban anyone with an H in their name. I don't know, that's just the rules. That's just what it says. I just follow the rules. So, sorry about that. Today is day 2 of Christmas with no H, which is Holo Taco's 12 Days of Christmas. We haven't dropped today's big day surprise. That's gonna be at 11:30, so that's in like 20 minutes. You'll see what it is. But I think you're going to be really excited about it. This stream isn't for that purpose. We're talking about the tacos, the declassification that occurred yesterday, December 1st, 2023. But today, yes, Holo Taco will release something, so I'll share it at 11:30. It's not new product today. I'll put it that way. It's a present for you instead. It's free. The surprise today will be free. Sleepy Menchie, yeah. There's a surprise today. Oh, Leo, there's a surprise every day. So I'll just explain it again for those coming on in. Holo Taco is doing, it's 12 days of Christmas without the H. There's no H in Christmas because Christine, my name, also has no H. So that's why. And every day for 12 days, we are going to do a different new surprise, whether it's something new, the return of something old, like a bring back, the vault moment, maybe a giveaway here or there, maybe a collab, maybe like a special promotion, a special discount offer, a special bundle offer, and some other sneak peeks, like content-related bonus days. So there's a little bit of everything, a bit of a balance between those different types of things. And we have 2 times the loyalty points going on the entire 12 days. So there's that. Maybe a collab? Okay, relax. Not like Sophia or Julian level collab. Relax. But yes, something maybe you didn't expect. Something cute and cozy that maybe you didn't expect. Okay, but today I would like to go over our declassification files. Yesterday, on December 1st, Holo Taco declassified prototypes that had never been released. Now, we've never done quite this before. Actually, no, we've never done this before. But in reviewing all the prototypes for all the collections that we've released in the last 4 years, I'm always like, oh, this sucks, you know? Like, I love everything I get to release, but I'm also like annoyed that I can't just release it all, you know what I mean? But you have to be strategic, you have to be smart, you can't just do everything. It has to fit the vibe, you have to compare it to previous collections. You might run into challenges or complications with supply chain, and they're like, actually, we take that back, you can't have that. So there's many different reasons why we can't release, you know, things that we chose not to. Maybe it was a choice, maybe it wasn't a choice, maybe it just, you know, the supply chain gods made the choice for us, whatever it is. But what I do know for sure is that you guys never miss stalking me and the prototypes that I share. So after every major collection launch, I will share under our loyalty program for Holo Swatchers and Holo Royalty who get exclusive content, I will share like a little short that shows some of the prototype wheels of the decisions that I went through to arrive at the final collection. So you guys already get that exclusive content. But there's detectives in there who will screenshot, zoom in, enhance the image and say, oh, she should have picked DG15. Why did she pick this one? She picked the wrong one. I don't understand why she didn't release this. So listen, I listen to you sometimes, not all the time. I can't listen to everyone all the time. That would be a mess. But sometimes I'm like, fuck, you know what? They're right. I want it, but I couldn't have it at the time for whatever various reasons as previously cited. But, you know, it was on my mind to do a rejects collection, a prototypes collection. Yes, Mac. By the way, I love the reject prototypes. Yes, exactly. Please tell us a clue. Relax, okay? Let me tell you about all the clues that have brought us to this point, and then we will move forward, okay? Get in line, detectives! We're never gonna have a productive meeting if we just start shouting about the next chapter. So, I've been planning on doing a collection like this of things that just... Hold on, let me say that again. What? All Canadian Rejects? That's a good one. Like the band All American Rejects. Sorry. I'm renaming it. I've been wanting to do a launch or a release of prototypes that just didn't fit anywhere else, and therefore they probably don't fit together. But where do you put that? You know, I can't just randomly throw that in September or October, because that would be quite random, and just like people would be like, what are you doing? That's not the vibe, Simply. So the best way to do it is to intentionally be like, these did not belong, they didn't work, we couldn't make the decision, and so now we're just throwing them together, see what you think. And now we have the Declassified Tacos bracket 001 collection. Or set, not really collection. There's no box. You all thought this was gibberish, huh? No, I actually wrote it. Spent like a few hours writing it, actually. This is my crime statistics analyst background. I'm putting it to use in nail polish. What do you guys think? Declassified set 001. Does that imply 002? I don't know. Can you do math? What comes after 1? 2? You'll just have to wait and see, okay? Now have some tea. It's girl math, actually. Yeah, we'll see if you can figure out what comes after 001. Okay, what do you want to do first? Because this is not a live launch stream. You know, it launched yesterday. The Declassified Taco 001, day 1 of 12 Days of Christmas. So you already know. I know a lot of people already picked them up. But let's go over it so I can tell you even more details that I definitely shouldn't, but I want to. Well, was this what you worked on the Saturday that you didn't stream? Yes. I worked on some of the swatches and some of the pictures with this in the background. I worked on like the reel and the storytelling stuff. Yes, I was working on classified information, but now we've unclassified it. It's not the vault, it's a file that was declassified. The fact that I asked about what you do with all the prototypes months ago makes me feel like I was in on the secret. Oh, well, most of them I don't do stuff with. Most of the prototypes are just sitting on a shoe rack, literally right there. 2 shoe racks, actually. I had to get another shoe rack. So most of the prototypes we haven't released. Oh my God, Stream Elements thinks I'm playing Beyond Two Souls. Hold on. This is not a game. Okay, Holo Taco Declassified is not a game. This is real. Okay, I just took it off. Also, do we like this Christmas music or is it kind of annoying? This is like lo-fi Christmas. Lo-fi Christmas. Are those limited edition or are they here to stay? They are seasonal. All the new tacos are seasonal. When I say taco, I mean, you know, all the Holo Tacos, not just top coats. They are seasonal, meaning we will try to keep them in stock throughout the season and carry them over into the new year if we have pigments that permit. I think, like, we the people, we always make forecasts and projections based on what we think people are gonna pick up. And I'm already seeing in the data that, like, it's kind of the opposite of what we predicted, with the exception of rose gold flake, which we knew, like, that would always be well purchased. But it's kind of putting me in a little bit of a pickle because there's at least 2 of them that I know we don't have pigments until January. So even if we did a restock, I don't have confidence yet when it would be. I'm not saying that to do FOMO. I'm saying that honestly and transparently, and it's also the weekend, so like I can't really verify this information. I'm just looking at stock. Yeah. I also figured that because these are seasonal, not really a cohesive box or anything, like people would be like, whatever, you know, like maybe I'll pick up 1 or 2. I don't need every single one of them. But the data is proving I'm wrong. So, I mean, I suppose I'm supposed to say that's good, but I'm also kind of like annoyed that I didn't anticipate. Do you know what I mean? If you were in a pickle, I'd eat the pickle and get you out of it. Thank you. That's what I need. We need a pickle excavator. You were wrong. I'm not always right, okay? I am so wrong that I didn't release these the first time. And now everyone loves them. And I'm just like, oh shit. No. I mean, like, yes, I'm excited. Obviously, we released them for a reason, ultimately. But I'm also like, I didn't think people would go that wild for them, but they are. You know, it's only day 1 of Christmas. They're just that good. Yummy. Weirdly, I like the red one the most, which is surprising because it's magnetic. And I just assumed that in a collection of stuff that also didn't have magnetic, people would choose the not magnetic. I don't know. We love rejects. Please last until tomorrow. Since today is not a day of sales, like it's not a promotion on Holo Taco, I feel like they will last till tomorrow, but I also cannot, just to protect yourself, I am not gonna guarantee anything. I don't know, but there's a possibility that one of them, or therefore the bundle, may not be available for the entire 12 days of Christmas, just based on first look at data from day one. That being said, I gotta talk to the lab, but I know that because we're already into December, no one's gonna be able to get a bunch of new pigments in now and mix them, so it's only gonna be what we have on hand, and I already know 2 of them we do not have on hand. But let's go back to the good news. Most people maybe already purchased them, so, you know, I can tell from the data that a lot of people picked them up yesterday, so that's great. Thank you so much. And I hope you love the rejects. You better like the rejects. They were rejected once, don't reject them again. Are the 12 days of Christmas only on business days? No, they're every day. Every day. December 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 13 and 14 is a bonus day for loyalty. Not every day is a sale or a new product. There's some days that are like content or special stream or whatever. I got the bundle because I voted for the green metallic, but I love the red magnetic. Happy holidays, Simply fam and everyone in chat. Woo! Okay, let's go. Declassified tacos. We're declassifying the tacos. Oh, that looks so pretty. Menchie, look how pretty. And it's a bundle discount, right? Maybe that's why people buy it all. Give the gift of redemption this holiday season, because we're declassifying 5 unreleased Holo Taco prototypes. Must be a Christmas without the H miracle. Whether passed up by a community vote, that's you. You are the community. Or ultimately deemed unfit for a collection vibe. That's me deeming that it just doesn't work with the rest of what we were doing, you know? These shades were regrettably cast out into the cold, RIP. We're giving these misfits a chance to find a forever home on your nail polish rack, which we're also still working on restocking, sorry. You guys have cleared us out during Black Friday. And I guess that was like one of the longer periods of Black Friday we've ever had, because it started really early with the after party launch and then carried all the way till like just Monday. And you've definitely cleared us out of some shit. So thank you, but also sorry to anyone who was like, where is this? It's out of stock. Yeah, well, you can blame it. You can blame the community. So this is a 5-shade bundle for, sorry, let me say that again. This is a 5-shade bundle with 1 rose gold flake topper, 3 regular specialty nail polishes, and 1 magnetic nail polish. So it really is a mix of different formulas. You don't get the paper, by the way. You do not get my declassified files. You just get the polish. But you can go ahead on our website. There's always more swatchers on each individual listing. The green frosted meadow! Woo! Can I have a moment for foiled again? Okay, we'll do all this during the video. I'd rather play the video and look through it. But this is so exciting. You also get a magnetic wand, yeah, because you're getting a magnetic polish. 50 Shades of Greige, foiled again, Overshadowed, Rose Gold Flake Taco, and Sacrificial Lacquer. And we still have the hoodie in stock, not in all sizes. Some of the sizes have already gone. But if you were waiting to get your hoodie and this, then now might be a good time. We got green in the chat, let's go. And now I wanna watch, let's just watch the video so I can walk you through it that way. Hey, Menchie. She's super cozy right now. Okay, ready? I originally had the Christmas trap music on this, and then I played it for Ben, and I was like, okay, this is like, I want people to be excited, but like, how do you find Christmas Mission Impossible music? I spent way too long listening to royalty-free music, and I was like, I need Christmas trap Mission Impossible espionage. Okay, why doesn't that genre exist? So I had the song that I was playing in like the stream intro, but Ben was like, this is too much. I literally like can't read anymore because of the music. So we changed it to a more low-key one for this one. But anyways, I just want to say, like, where is my Christmas espionage Mission Impossible music? I need more options, you know? Ooh, reject. I think I like it how it is. Declassified Tacos 001. 5 unreleased Holo Taco prototypes. We're giving them a chance. It's a Christmas miracle. Privileged and confidential. This information is privileged and confidential. Okay, NDAs have been signed. Thank you. I think I like it how it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a lyric in the song. Okay, first up, 50 Shades of Greige. Ooh. August 2021. Simply mixed all the pastel linear holos together on stream. That's 2 years ago. What? Okay, how do you want to do this? I can go through the whole video and then we can go back because I have all the wheels here and I thought I would expand on it, you know? Do we want to block it like this? Like now I'll do 50 Shades of Greige? Maybe. I guess I should just make the executive decision as a lead detective here. Okay, let's just do that. So 50 Shades of Greige. Let me just play. Okay. Now, let's get into it. So, look how old my stream was. You can tell from like the fact that I don't have a chat, the border is different, there's nothing behind me, there's no Skelly, there's no Menchie, there's only the light, but not like all the stuff around it. Like this is when I first started streaming, this was the remix collection. So remember like the big purple CD box remix collection, and I made some bonus tracks. And I made a bonus track of all the fun and, oh. Are we live? I just got an error. Hold on. Okay, I think we're back. Just a little F, tiny F. We're back. It was me. It said that my system, it froze. It didn't want me to keep giving you this information. Okay, we're back. Small F, we're back. Just refresh. Just write refresh in the chat if people still can't see. Yeah, I could tell it said, it actually told me. Susan! Okay, let me just repeat that. Let me pull something out for you. Susan, we're in a very important meeting, okay? No freezing. Remix collection. Which the premise was mix all the formulas or mix different colors of the same formula together to see what color they make. Huh, surprise, they all make purple. Okay, well we mixed the OG rainbow because that had been released at the time we were prototyping for the remix collection. And from them was derived Rainbow Flood. However, by the time we were like getting ready to release remix, we already had to have finished collections that were coming out just prior. So if you remember, Pastel Linear Rainbow came out like a couple months before this. So that would not have been enough time to contemplate putting it in the remix collection. So during stream, I was like, okay, well, everyone wants to see what the pastel linears look like. Let me just mix them up on stream. So that's what I did. So they're all the pastelies. And it made this beautiful shade that on stream we named 50 Shades of Greige. And I still have it here painted on the same wheel. This was painted 2 years ago. That was my 11th stream. Oh my God. I'm such an expert now. So much has changed. Okay, so remember pastel linears. And then I painted this at the time. I actually can't find the bottle. I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere, but my place is a mess, so. But this was painted in August 2021. Just got the email. Oh, today's? Okay, should we take a quick break? Hold on, let me finish the 50 Shades of Greige, and then I'm going to talk about today's thingy. Okay. So from this, I know this wasn't technically a prototype. Thank you, Ben. I got tea. And there's Benchy. Hold on, I got tea. You know, I'm too distracted today. This is not a productive meeting.
That's a big wish.
That's a big wish, Benchy.
I got those 2 other packages and the pizza oven in the car. Okay?
And the pizza oven?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that information. Ooh, the tea is hot. I came in at Remix. It was my first purchase. So happy to be here all this time. Love I'm over Room Beach, please, and rewards now. Woo woo. Yes, we refreshed rewards like a weekish ago. Okay, I'm gonna finish 50 Shades of Greige, and then we'll talk about the Holo Taco thing. So 2021 mixed up a bonus track, and ever since that moment, people have been bringing it up. They're like, listen, I love the Holo Barista collection, which was crushed holo neutrals, but I need something like that, but I need it in linear. Now, I wasn't about to release an entire collection of exactly these same tones in linear, because then people would just say these are the exact same colors, even though, yes, I know they're different formulas. Not everyone feels that way. Anyways, since I'd already mixed this up on stream, people have been talking about it. Every now and then someone will be like, oh yeah, remember that 50 Shades of Greige color? I need that now. Like, why didn't you release that? So that's what we're doing. So while it wasn't an official prototype, it was still something that I prototyped live on stream. And I was like, this is perfect because I don't know where else to put it. Let's put it with the Declassified Tacos set 001. And if you're curious, we actually do prototypes for this. I know it sounds silly because you're probably like, oh, it already existed, so like you don't need to prototype it, right? But like that's not true. Pigments change. We do scale ups. You have to make sure it's more recent of the pigment or whatever. So we did do prototypes of it, and also I made this in my house by mixing 7 colors. So that's not a lab. But here were some of the prototypes for that shade in an attempt to match it. And then I didn't love these. I know they all look the same to you, but I was like, we need one more tweak. So then we did this. And then I ultimately went with this. It's like slightly different, like the tiniest bit different than what I originally mixed up, but it's so close. And this was done by a lab, not by just mixing 7 existing shades in the back. Okay, let me confirm. That's not how it was made, but it's a near perfect match for what I made, but it was also optimized for opacity, texture, whatever, you know what I mean, to be this shade. It looks crazy close, right? It looks better. Well, I hope so, because a real lab did it versus me. Like, the best way to get this shade is not to mix 7 different colors. That doesn't make any sense, right? So they went about it the smarter way and did that. And that became 50 Shades of Greige, which was the name that I gave it. Hold on, I lost my bottle. I lost my bottle, there it is. Fifty Shades of Greige was the name that we gave it on stream 2 years ago. So there really was no other name, right? Like, that's just what it is. If you have a lighter skin tone, then you can consider this like maybe a nude. I would say it's definitely neutral for any skin tone. It leans different depending on your skin tone, right? So on some people, it might look a little bit pinky or undertone. On some people, it might lean a little bit yellow or beige because it's close-ish to human skin, which you have. I don't know if you know this, but you have human skin. But because whenever a shade is like kind of close, it can lean different ways. So that's why it's important to look at all of our swatchers, our wonderful swatchers on our website, and just know in advance that it does lean differently because it's just in that range of colors. So like here it is on me, and I think my camera's like doing some weird, like I look too yellow here. Look at my face. I think it's just my camera. Hold on, I'm gonna try and change something. Can anyone confirm? Greige is a word I say a lot. Confirm what? Is greige a weird word? Real word? Hello? Did that work? Do I look pinker now? Okay, yeah, that's a little more accurate to what I look like. I don't know, I was looking dead in the other one. So on me, it's pretty close to my skin-ish. Maybe a bit lighter, I don't know. I mean, it's hollow, so like no one looks like this. We'll do comparisons and all that after this section. But this is a classic linear hollow formula, the same amazing formula as all of our pastel linears and the OG rainbow, but it's pale and in line with the pastel linears. So like you could do a Skittle with these if you want, right? Gray plus beige, that's why it's a greige. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little greigey. But when you have hollow, it's also like debatable what it is because hollow makes it look rainbows in some lighting, and in some lighting you'll see like a red line or a yellow line or a cyan line. And I'm gonna ask you to vote after because I'm gonna compare your votes of your favorite declassified taco with sales data, but we'll do that in a bit. Right now, I wanna go over today's day that was just unlocked on Holo Taco. Let me find it. Okay. Day 2 of 12 Days of Christmas is win your entire wish list. What? Up to $1,000 freaking dollars. $1,000? What? We've never done this one before. We had to do tests of how much nail polish you could add to get to $1,000, and it's a lot. It's like half the store. Like, it's a lot, and like a lot of bundles. I know, that's wild. So one winner will win. I'm gonna just sign in and show you. Just give me a sec. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to my account. First, log into your account on holotaco.com. This is open to anyone who lives in a location where Holo Taco ships to. So if you've ever ordered from Holo Taco and, you know, then you're good. You can enter. And if you're not sure, then just go ahead and do like a fake checkout and check that we will deliver to you. Make an account on holotaco.com. You have to have an account. At the top, once you're signed in, sign into your account, then go to my account wish list. And this is where your wish list will populate, and this is where we're gonna pull the data from and gift you up to $1,000. To add things to your wish list, just go to the main page, add things like this by clicking the little stars. So see the little stars in the corners? You just click it. There, I just added that. And what else do I want? That, and I already have After Party, I already have the hoodie. Let's add some thinner. Now, we won't be able to gift things that are sold out. I mean, we'll see. If customer service has reserves, they might just give it to you, but there is a small chance that we might have to substitute. But like, let's get one of those. Let's get some Menchie and Zyler magnetics. I think those are on their last legs there. Let's get some base coats. Let's get a matte taco, some glossy taco for sure. One coat black we already got. So how about some not milky white? I already got the fire and ice bundle. I just have everything on my wish list. Okay. And then you're gonna see in your wish list all the things saved. And to actually effectively enter the competition on the main homepage or in our Instagram bio or anywhere that we're sharing the link today, you just click enter to win. And it gives you the instructions. And all you have to do is fill out your email, but it must be the email associated with your Holo Taco account. So the same email you just logged into Holo Taco with. That's how we're gonna check and be like, oh, this is your wish list if you win. So you can't just use any email. And then just confirm your first and last name and go ahead and submit. And you can add up to $1,000 US worth of product, and we will gift $1,000 worth of product. Isn't that crazy? That's so much. I would be deceased if I won my entire wish list, right? This and the Menchie giveaway. We love Holo Taco. When will the winner be announced? The winner will be emailed directly in the next coming days, but this contest ends today at midnight. So you have 1 day for the second day of Christmas to enter this, to get your wish list up, and to just, you know, submit this form. We won't be announcing or tagging the winner. We will just be emailing them directly. And then, of course, it's up to them if they want to share anywhere on socials that they won, because I would definitely reshare that. But I don't want to I don't like the type of energy where brands or people with large followings, rather, not just brands, like tag winners, because then there's an unintended consequence of people like going after them. You know what I mean? So you can trust me that we are in fact picking a winner, and I'm happy to promote if they choose to share that they were selected or they won or when they get their prize, kind of thing. Good luck, everybody! And that's day 2 of Christmas with no H. When does the giveaway end? Today, tonight. You have 1 day. Go. Everything on Holo Taco is 1 day only, unless it's like new product was released and then it's just as supplies last or whatever. We're not releasing it for 1 day, with the exception of the vault, which is just customer reserves stock. So on that day, you won't want to wait. Good luck, everyone. Populate those wish lists. Don't forget to make sure it's gonna hit that $1,000. Okay, like don't sell yourself short. Don't put only $500 in your wish list. Put $1,000. Let's go. Wait, where's the form? It's right here. Just click enter to win on the homepage. It's also on our Instagram bio. We want to know what was on the wish list that won. That I can do for you. That I can do for you. Yeah. When we pick the winner, like, we'll email them directly, but we should also be able to see from the back end their wish list. So I could share their wish list, but just not them. I won an official Facebook group thing. They absolutely follow through with the prizes. Thank you. That would have been me who emailed you directly. Congrats. Santa simply is being good to us this year, of course. Can you tell us when the winner is emailed? In the next few days. I don't know. Did y'all break the wish list? Who's having problems with the function? Are you guys really breaking it? Like, mine's working. Let me just check. My wish list is too long. Oh, maybe you did break it. Oh my god. Did you guys break it? Okay, I'm gonna just take stuff off and see. Oh no. Are there rate limits for wish lists? It won't work? Good lord. I'm gonna test something. Okay, I have nothing. Oh no, there's my new stuff. Oh, weird. What? Okay, apologies. Please hold. Nothing is getting added? Oh no. Did you break the wish list? One thing might be to try another browser, which I can't do because I'm streaming right now. But what happens when I do this? Yeah, there's something wrong. I'm sorry, my wish list is broken. There's too many people. Yeah. Christine, no need to do debugging on stream. We can let the dev team work and try later. That's a great attitude. That's what I'm gonna do. I am not a dev, but Ben, if you just want to make sure the team is aware, I know it's Saturday. Why does this always happen to me? Don't apologize when we broke it. Good point, Caitlin. I'm not sorry. You guys broke it. Okay. I'm sure this is just my very uneducated guess. It might be a rate limit thing, which means when too many people try and do something at the same time, the website's like, no, relax. So I'm hoping that if you try again in like an hour, then yeah, please, I really apologize if you're trying to do it right now, but maybe come back, like go have lunch and then try it. And then it should probably work. Thank you. It's the rate limit, it'll get you. Okay. Someone will be picked. Someone is getting $1,000 worth of their Holo Taco wish list. Rose Gold Flake Taco is my one true love. Yeah, everyone breathe. And mods, if people come in later while I'm going through other stuff and they're asking about the wish list, just say that it's possible there was a rate limit. Please try again later. That sounds like such a robot, but like, better this way if it's organic. Bam! What do you mean organic? You think organically there's a lot of people who just have $1,000 on their wish list? Actually, you're not wrong. Like, that is possible. Check the live map and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's just a bunch of people, but no one's purchasing. They're just looking. I only have 450 on my wish list. Can they just double everything? They could, but you should add more. I agree with Ben. The winner should be someone genuinely using the feature, not just someone adding $1,000 of stuff today. What do you want to do now, Ben? Okay. I often do giveaways. I do them in my official Facebook group. I do them on Discord. I do stuff for Menchie Gang. There's a lot of opportunities I do them on stream, and I'm gonna do some next Saturday. There's a lot of opportunities for organic giveaways if you are an avid follower of mine. If you're where I am and you're in my groups or whatever, like I do this all the time. I give away signed boxes. I give away gift cards. So there's always opportunities for like organic stuff just because you're in the group. But the Holo Taco one, we just wanted to make it very exciting. So you have to announce it to make it exciting, right? You have to say it's $1,000 worth. And then of course people are gonna load their carts with $1,000. But yeah, I'm literally telling you to add more. Give 20 glossy tacos. Yeah, you can only put one item on your wish list. You can't say times 20, but. All right, let's keep moving forward. And if I get an update on that, I will let you know. And we're back. Just pause this. I'm just gonna play through to the next shade. And then we had, oh, hold on. I do just wanna close this off with this. And then there was 50 Shades of Greige. Pale beige linear holo, removes easily with nail polish because it's not a glitter, it's a linear holo. So in case you're just like, glitter's not for me, but I love sparkles, then you need linear holos right now. It was fashionably late, but it's very wearable. Okay, you could go to like a boring meeting with this and satisfy the annoying people who seem to care and yourself because there's holo. So you can be like, it's a boring holo. Does that make sense? Ooh! And as always, add a glossy taco. She is just so pretty. Classic. And of course, we have our wonderful swatchers and more of them on the website. The fact that you're not only doing a giveaway with huge potential, but also telling us to add to make it huge. Yeah, because we're trying to do $1,000. If all we did was say, you'll win your list, your wish list, and then like people added like $20 worth of stuff, what kind of a giveaway is that? Next up is Rose Gold Flake Taco. Woo! August 2023. This topper was sidelined from both the Tea Cremes collection and the Down to Earth bundle. Okay, twice it was overlooked. Tea Creams was what? 2021? I can't even think that far back. What? It had a chance ever since we first released Gold Flake Taco. And now let's move into that. I'm pulling my wheels. Tea Creams. Do you recall? Actually, let me get the whole Tea Creams. Tea Creams. Down to Earth. Let's go back. Take it back. I'm just pulling all my relevant wheels, getting all the relevant files. Okay, so remember this? Tea Creams. What a beautiful vibe. This was our first foray into like a fuller collection of cremes. But to make it more Holo Taco, you know, we released our Gold Flake Taco, which remains one of the top selling toppers, which still surprised me. Because yes, like everything tacos, you know, very popular too. But this one on its own does so well. At the time, there was an option to do Silver Flake Taco. I could have done Rose Gold, but I just didn't think it fit because of the warmth of some of these. And I like the idea of that tea tin with gold foil accents. To me, that just felt more cohesive and better for like our first sophisticated Tea Creams collection, if that made sense. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I didn't want to do like a cool tone pink rose gold. So I was like, hold it, you know, I will do that later. And then I just never put it in a collection. But for me, it just didn't work, you know? It's so hard. And I'm gonna grab it. Right? Gold Flake Taco. Like, for me, there wasn't really any other choice of releasing this one. The silver was just, like, not really it. I wanted the warmth, that, like, golden flake, just to elevate it a little bit. And unfortunately, rose gold just was so stunning, but it just didn't fit the vibe. So I was like, okay, hold it. And then Down to Earth came, right? And it was an option here. I could have added it here, and trust me, like, right? It looks really good here, but that's kind of too Valentine's-y, and then it doesn't really go with, like, the brown, and I didn't love it with the greens, and it just was too cool. And the point of Down to Earth was to warm it up a little bit of, like, cozy fall vibes. So I ended up with Fallen Flake Taco, which hits it home way harder because it's like, this is literally fallen leaves, right? Multi-chrome flake topper, which is not the exact same type of pigment either. It's not even just a different shade. It shifts differently, and that to me was way more reminiscent of fallen leaves. So again, Rose Gold Flake Taco got like kicked aside. It was like, you don't fit again. And it made me so sad because I was like, no, like, I really want you, but you're not really the right fall vibes, you know? So instead you got gold and then Fallen Flake, and you also, before that, you even got this and this. Remember that? Look how long it's been. No. You got Gold Flake, then Silver and Red Flake came out together last year during 12 Days of Christmas. Remember that? Now, I could have just thrown this in there, and maybe I should have, but I don't know why I didn't. I was just like, no, just keep it red and silver, you know? And again, Rose Gold got overlooked, and then it got overlooked there, and now it's finally here to complete our metallic foil flake taco collection. Oh, this is a nice bundle, actually, right? This is a nice bundle. I love it. Very shiny, very multi-purpose. Here it is on some of my early actual prototype swatch wheels. This date says October 2022. So that must have been when I was looking at all the options. And I have silver, gold, red. This is 2 coats of the same thing. And then I had the rose gold here. And I just like, I couldn't do it for Down to Earth. It would not fit. The wish list is working now? Okay, good. But don't tell everyone or else it'll stop working again. So I hope you can understand and agree with me why I made the decision I did. That I couldn't do rose gold then or then. And it finally came to fruition now in the declassified bundles. Okay, so this is one example of it just like not fitting the vibe. Doesn't mean there was anything wrong with it. In fact, it was like stunning and literally required 1 prototype. I was like, it's perfect. Change nothing. It's the right pigment. It's perfect ratio to clear base, and that's it. But it just didn't, it just wasn't fitting, you know? She's here now. We are happy to have her in this moment. We need a full rainbow, green and blue flake. The problem with these metallic foil flakes, as I like show you my green one, is that they aren't always available for us to use. I can't expand on that, but you just have to trust me. So, some of the more generically, more universally used colors are what is typically more available for Holo Taco to appropriately use. So that's also part of it. Now, I think rose gold is gonna kick ass and maybe like become a better seller than this if it has the chance. Now, I know it's seasonal, but so was Silver Flake Taco, and Silver Flake Taco was selling so well that we decided to extend its life and allow it to stay and just make more of it throughout the year. So Silver Flake Taco went from being seasonal to just, we're gonna make it available all year. Sales of day 1 have proven promising for rose gold, but I'm kind of hoping people feel the same about rose gold, but we will see. It's gonna depend on how much people like it, but also supply chain availability. Like if it's just like not gonna happen, then like we can't do it and it'll remain seasonal, but we'll see. I guess it will take some more time to complete the flaky taco. I don't know if it's a time thing. It's more complicated than that. I feel like a selfish cow adding more stuff to my wish list because I need it. It's all good. Add everything you want, girl. It's Christmas. I see a few people saying they'd love a copper. I contemplated a straight up copper for Down to Earth because it fit the warm tone, but it didn't fit the fallen leaves, like multi-chrome. And I just like ultimately was like, no, I think this is the better decision. See how there's like a little bit of red shift to amber and golden glow. And I do not regret this at all. This was an amazing one that people love so much. But I did have a copper option that I could have done there. But I was like, no, like it's autumn. It's changing leaves, duh. But there is a copper one in my back pocket that I don't know where to put now. I also need to be cognizant of not releasing something that people are just going to be like, oh, that's exactly the same, even though it's not exactly the same. But not everyone has the same level of specificity radar as I do. Or specificity appreciation, I suppose, not radar. Hi, Simply, I got my whole Misfits bundle yesterday. We need a black flake taco. That is something I might actually be working on. Put it in 002. Next year. Mean lady, give us copper. Okay, listen, if you're in my position, I hope now you can understand how much struggle I go through when I have prototypes and I'm like, I can't decide. I want them all, but I can't release 17 polishes in a collection because then people will just scream at me. So what do I do? You know what I mean? Or like, I really want this, but then the lab said, never mind, you can't have it. And now I'm just pissed. You know, like there's so many challenges and it's not that easy I mean, it's incredibly fun and I'm incredibly fortunate, don't get me wrong. But it's not the easiest thing to just be like, yeah, this is nice, I'll take this, isn't that done? No, like I struggle with the decision. I go back and forth, I'm like, what if it's this? What if it's this? Actually, can you tweak this? Oh, I don't know. I feel like people would like this more. Oh, I just wanna ask them. Maybe they should just vote on Instagram. It's so chaotic. All right, so that was the story of Rose Gold Flake. Always possible, but forever shafted because she just didn't fit. And I'm really glad she's finally here because I'm predicting that she's gonna be a top seller this season. Don't prove me wrong. Let's go through and play this. Let's play this through. Thank you, Jen K. Jen. So this is a topper that you put over a base color. I'm wearing it over one coat black here just to show you straight up what it looks like. You can put it over any color though. It's literally the prettiest of tacos. Don't tell the other ones. Oh, it's so pretty when it's blurry. Play that again. Play it again. Do it again. Right? Like my 2004 Michael Kors rose gold watch is jealous. You know? That's what it reminds me of. And my earrings too, which are also rosy gold. I love rose gold. It's so pretty. Okay, sorry. Reject 001-5. I put this in the wrong order, whatever. You can also add a matte taco because why not? Just for fun. And you kind of get this really like sophisticated glazed over look. I know you've seen this with like every other flake taco that I've demoed, but there's something about the rose gold one that really just makes it look like matte rose jewelry. It's so pretty. I love it so much. Naked nails? Who? What? Okay. If you have naked nails that aren't stained, which is what, 72% of you or something? Like 20 something percent of you said your nails are stained badly or stained like mine. But if you don't have stained nails, wearing it over naked nails actually looks like jewelry. It's so sexy. I love it. Okay. This is over one coat black, over duct tape gray. That's over not milky white, which is really fun. I also painted it over not milky white. Where is it? Where's my wheels? Oh, actually, since we're here, I didn't even show you this. Okay. Rose gold flake taco over all of the other declassified colors because why not? And then over white. The camera is not appreciating it over white. It looks so much more scintillating and like sparkly, but it's just getting overexposed on the camera, so that's not really working. But there it is over Sacrificial Lacquer, over foiled again, over Overshadowed, and over 50 Shades of Greige. Just for fun, just for funsies, and I will focus on this for you. I mean, like, I didn't develop these to work together. This is the Misfits bundle. These are rejected prototypes, but like, whatever, you know? I'm kind of digging it over Overshadowed. I don't know why. Rose gold and that icy blue. It's actually really pretty. Kind of cool. I'm surprised by how good it looks over Overshadowed, right? Like, I wouldn't have guessed it. And there it is over black. Can we get a delete all in cart? Yeah, you have to pick them off individually. Christmas cookies, they kind of do. On the grayish one, they kind of look like Christmas cookies. Okay. next up, Overshadowed. She was forgotten. She was overlooked. Because if you recall, July 2023, there was 2 dusty blues, only 1 spot. I swatched them for you. I couldn't decide which blue to put in the after party collection. So I just asked you on Instagram and Snapchat and my official Facebook group because I literally could not decide. And I never do this because people just won't shut up about the other prototype. People always want what they don't get, you know what I mean? So I just took a chance because I was literally like, I literally can't decide. I don't know what to do. I know I wanted a muted blue, but I don't know which formula. Should it be the glittery one? There's already glitter in the collection, which you didn't know. You didn't have that context. Or should we do this kind of steely chromey one that kind of has a little bit of multichrome to it? It's a little bit icier, a little more bad, like a baddie. I don't know, a little less pretty, but also like sick. You know what I mean? And most people voted for what became Crystal Skies. So 66% on Instagram, a similar proportion on Facebook. However, in my Facebook group was the closest. That was only like 54% to 46 or something like that. That was much closer to a tie, which I thought was really interesting. That my Facebook group wanted the more like weird one, I guess you would say. Because this one looks a little more traditional for Holo Taco. Right? It's a little bit reminiscent of Frostlight, but more muted. It's reminiscent of Smoke Show because it has the square glitters in it. But no one knew the rest of the collection. They didn't know, like, the composition, the colors. So, Facebook is a weird place. It's Facebook blue, kind of. Well, no, it's more muted. So let's go over here, and then I'll... Let me just put this here. Give me a sec. The After Party collection. As you know, this became Crystal Skies. I knew I wanted a muted blue in that collection, but I just could not decide if it was gonna be more of like a duochrome shiny that could have also been named Crystal Skies because it has scattered hollow in it, right? I still think it could have worked, and that name was gonna be it either way, or this one. And you guys picked, and you said you want the glittery one, so I listened to you, but I honestly feel like I was leaning towards this one if you didn't pick, so thank you for voting. Sometimes it's helpful for me to like collect this information, even if you were void of the context, you know, of what else is around it or what's coming next, yada yada. I think that this really helped me see what you prefer, but also seeing the love that did not quit for DG15. And people were like, no, please give me that one. You know, like that's more my vibe. I like it because it's a little bit smoother, it's chromier. I like it because it's icy and cold like my heart. Whatever your reason, I hear you because there is something really pretty and surreal about it. Now here's one of the prototype reels. I'll give you 2. From After Party. Loyal-tea already saw this. After seeing the whole After Party collection, I felt Overshadowed wouldn't have fit the vibe. Interesting. I was torn when voting, and I'm happy to see Overshadowed getting out of the shadows, right? See, I thought it would fit the vibe because it kind of reminds me of bottle service. Like, they're not the same formula, but they could have been like kind of sisters and still allowed us a spread of mostly glitter with 2 more sheeny shades. So I think personally it could have worked and was prepared to do either. But the people voted. And you know, when I was building my options for Crystal Skies, I went through a few different rounds. There's more than this, but few different rounds of like a glittery muted blue. But then I had the lab make these, and I was like, no, I want to see, like, can we get a subtle multichrome? Like, it can't be wild going to like green or whatever, because that's not really what I want, but just a very subtle duochrome, and these are all kind of 3 similar shades. And then I ultimately landed on this being my favorite. can barely tell the difference between these two, but there is a faint difference in different lighting too. But ultimately you guys voted and picked DG12 instead of DG15. So, you know, that's how Crystal Skies was born, and DG15 was overshadowed. The right decisions were made. Thank you. Should I do a vote? Did Simply make the right decision? Guys, this is my performance evaluation. It's the end of the year. Do my performance review. Thank you. Did I make the right decision by putting the glitter shade that I listened to you on? Sorry, there's one. An after party. And withholding DG15 from you. And again, we will go through comparisons and other swatch wheel stuff after this. I just want to get through this. Picking both was the right decision. Yes, thank you, Pillar. Thank you. Ultimately, I just released both of them. Okay, well, when I was having such a hard time and we were already contemplating the Declassified Tacos bundle, because obviously that idea has been in my mind since, like, I don't know, at least the summer. But I was choosing After Party in the summer too, probably, right? Yeah, it was July or something. So I did think, like, well, I could just put the one that fails in the reject bundle, whatever, whenever that is, you know? But then, like, people were like, okay, but then people are gonna think they're too similar, because they are similar in tone. You're not wrong. And sometimes I struggle with this. Like, I think that they're so different because the formula or the vibe, like, there's an inclusion in it, there's a mix in that just makes it read so differently, or the application is different. But sometimes there's some customers who only see it for the average color. Like, if you call it a muted blue, like, that's it. Like, you can't do another polish that you would describe as a muted blue, irrespective of its formula. So this is kind of an experiment of releasing something that is similar in tone, yes, in close-ish proximity, and still seeing people buying it. People still like it, which makes me happy. That is validation for me. They're so different. Crystal Skies is stormy snowflakes, and Overshadowed is like gunmetal knife, right? It's more severe. It's more jarring. It's more like Ice Queen at the holiday party. She's like a get out of my face, you know what I mean? And this one's more like, I'm Julia Roberts, and I'm very sophisticated. But they're the same color. Yeah, the poll doesn't seem to be working for some people on mobile. It's a display issue. So 91% said I made the right decision. Thank you. 9%. What do you want? Would you have preferred I just reverse them and this one come out in the declassified? Alright, so that was not Crystal Skies, but Overshadowed. Which this one's hard to describe too. Here it is on my pointer fingy. Hello? It has scattered holo in it, but it's also a subtle multi-chrome or a duochrome, but it's faint. It's like grayish and bluish at the same time. Actually, I do just want to share pictures so I can better explain this one. It's hard to show in uniform lighting like my stream room, but if you look at it on different people who are in different lighting, you're gonna see sometimes it has more pops of like a lighter cyan, but then you have the darker gunmetal on the sides, like that shot's showing it as well. And in some lighting, it's like leaning more blue. There's almost like a little scintillating blue sparkle in the duochrome pigment. In this one, you're really seeing that cyan angle of it, but like muted cyan. Thank you, Maggie. This is probably what it looks most like on average and like the most average lighting, but there are different angles of it that really surprise you. And so here, just like my picture kind of demos, there's that cyan flare or flash, but then it goes to a darker gray, and there's kind of a lighter gray blue. It's hard to explain because it's not really a multichrome, where in the same way that like Mist Shift is a multichrome, right? Because that's like purple to green. This is like a dusky bluish to a muted cyan, but also dark gray blue. It's a hard one to explain, but it's so pretty and icy. It's like Icy Queen. And it has scattered hollow in it, which kind of reminds me of like Tax Haven, right? It's like the cold version of Tax Haven. You have Tax Haven for when you're feeling warm and spicy, and then you have Overshadowed when you're just like, fuck off. It has a shift-ish, but it's within a close range. All right, let's next. This is so fun, just exposing all my secrets. Finally, I have permission to expose. Permission to expose the files. This never happens. Usually I get yelled at. Guys, usually I get yelled at when I'm like, oh, I just want to show them all the prototypes and why don't I just ask them? And they're like, Christine, you can't keep showing everything because then what if we can't do it? Or what if they just like what you don't pick or we can't do and then it just causes controversy? And I'm like, no. Yes, I did type this up. I know detectives have already, decoded this. But it's basically just a summary of the different rejects. Like reject 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then at the bottom it just says like, all information is hereby declassified by Simply on December 1st. I had too much fun making this. So stupid. And then I literally Googled, here, this is information you don't need to know, but I'll tell you anyways. I Googled declassified documents just so I could copy this type of aesthetic, like the top of it's the 1993 photocopier aesthetic, like that's what I was going for. So it's not AI, I pulled it from a real reference picture and I took this bar and pasted it and merged it with my notes that I typed up in Courrier New, I believe was the font. But then I also did some Photoshop effects to make it look old. So there's like smudging. There's like smudging of the typewriter effect, right? Like how official. And then I did all that on Photoshop and then I printed it out. I love the effort. She went all out. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then all the redactions I did by hand with the Photoshop brush and I circled that. I am sure nobody says this enough, but I appreciate all the work and time you do. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. I had too much fun doing this. I probably spent too long doing it, but it was so worth it. And then, yeah, so I had to make these for myself so I could print them out and like hold my hand, but then I also printed them or I also sent them to our content director, our photographer, and so she could print them out and put them in the pictures of the hero bundle. So like that the same paperwork was sitting underneath the picture of like the 5 shades. So yeah, that was fun. Was this what you did when you took off a Saturday stream? Yes. Yep. Literally doing paperwork. I told you I was doing paperwork. I did not lie. Can we have a PDF? Maybe. But I like this template. And I guess if we do 002, then I just like use the same template, right? So I don't have to do the same work twice. I just change the text. I love the attention to detail you put into everything. Thank you, Art by Catherine. It's more like I just get really fixated on this and I'm like, no, but what if it's this? Also, I love paperwork, okay? Don't hate me. As someone who worked in the public service and paperwork and, the bureaucracy for many, many years, I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with paperwork. I kind of like it because it feels like I'm accomplishing something, and I love data entry and rudimentary tasks that you can complete and check. So I used to also work in accounts payable and receivable when I was in university as like a bunch of part-time jobs. I would like do that for different companies or lawyers or whatever. And I just loved doing like the books. What is wrong with us? I'm obsessed. I mean, I also really appreciate paperwork that can be made digital. So not physical paper, because I think like we should phase that out because it's like so useless. Who uses paper anymore except for me? It's for a prop. But just the spirit of like, I don't know, populating columns, checking things off, tracking things effectively, deriving information in charts and dashboards out of said information is so useful in any industry. It's like doing a perimeter sweep of your information. Shout out to everyone who loves to organize. Not everything in my life is organized. Like, have you seen this room? But sometimes, you know, I like to organize. I also love essays. Okay, next collection is me writing an essay. The essay collection, just so Simply can write some long diatribe about sociology. I actually do have an idea for that one, but I don't want to spoil that one. It's too early. All right, let's continue. That's why I became a developer, so I could digitize databases back, right? Like, isn't it fun? Love it. I love it. And then we got Overshadowed. Steel, blue, gray, metallic, subtle duochrome, scattered hollow, cool, calm, calculated release. So this one builds up in 3 coats. It's kind of a hybrid formula. It's not really exactly a formula we've had previously. Because it's not really a multi-chrome, but it's also not exactly like great. It's kind of in the middle. But it's fucking pretty. Yeah! Ice Queen! Overshadowed. It's very shiny, but also mean. Next up, we've got Sacrificial Lacquer, a deep red magnetic polish. Oh, this shade was sacrificed during the Magnetic Magic Collection release. Did I write July? That's the wrong date. Oops. That was not this year. That should be July 2022, but whatever. Okay. My fault. I did not review my paperwork. So that was last holiday collection. We were releasing the Magnetic Magic Collection, and there was a red. Oh! Oh! But she was sacrificed. Okay. Do you forgive me? Where'd I put her? I'm gonna expose myself. Hold on, I'm going through all my Swatch wheel files. Where's the final wheel? Here it is. Okay. Okay, you remember the Magnetic Magic Collection, right? This. Now let me over-explain myself, okay? Okay. This is our first Magnetic Collection that we released. This was last holiday. I really loved the green. I was like, the green is perfect. And there was a red prototype. Here's some of the early ones. But how can you do red and green without the collection just being Christmas? And let me tell you my other logic. The year before was the Christmas glitters that had red and green, and that was deliberately like Christmas colors, which is fine every now and then. But I didn't want to do it 2 years in a row. So I didn't want our first magnetic collection, which I wanted just to be more about like the pigment and the formula as opposed to like Christmas colors. It's like, it's not the time, you know? I just need it to be a little more universal cover colors. But I couldn't do green and red because that would read too Christmas. So I skipped the red and went with Love Spell instead, which is a more like magenta color, which is also the best seller. So that was a good choice, I think, in retrospect. At the time, I also had the option of doing holo or not. Our first magnetics were released with like a crushed holo formula. It has a micro holo flake in it. But for this one, I actually decided I preferred it without. I know that sounds sacrilegious, but there's something about this blood red that just looks so clean and badass without any holo interruption. I know, who am I? Who am I? Send me to jail. Simply said no holo. But to keep the red just like more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like gorgeous and in your face and blood. I didn't want to add holo. I know. There's like the 3D effect almost looks better when you don't have the holo. Now, that being said, it's not that I don't regret adding holo to these. I think they're stunning and they look more celestial or like outer spacey almost, and they're a wonderful vibe. But for Sacrificial Lacquer, just give me just the pure red pigment and let's just do it. Let's do it. Ruby shoes, but no holo. It's very vampy. And if you want to see it unmagnetized, it would just read like this color. So here, let me just wipe that. So unmagnetized, I don't have it painted, but it would look like the brighter color. The rule is unmagnetized, it looks like the color of the stripe, generally speaking. So it would be like this type of red if you just painted it without a magnet. Where's my magnet? But it's so pretty. Ready? Oh! I love her so much. Like, that is so sexy! So sexy! Yeah! Now, you can always add holo to it. Like, you know, we are Holo Taco. We do sell a lot of different holo toppers that you can add on top of your Sacrificial Lacquer. If you are missing some holo, like for example, if you go to the listing, there is a picture of me wearing it with flaky Holo Taco. Now that's fucking pretty too. So if you can't get enough and you're like, no, add holo, this is it with flaky Holo Taco. Scattered would be more subtle and probably a little closer to the OG Magnetics aesthetic. Linear would cover up the magnetic effect a little bit more, so if you're okay with like not seeing the line as much, then you can do linear, but flaky or scattered would be my recommendation. You could also put reflective on it. Yes. You can do whatever you want. But that's it with flaky, just to show you, like, you can make anything holo, as is with any Holo Taco product. You can make any nail polish holo just by adding a Holo Taco. Oh, it's just like, oh, I don't know. There was something about doing it alone that just really, like, it got me. It got me good. I can't believe we sacrificed her. Like, oh, this is it unmagnetized for the chatter who is asking. Unmagnetized is always gonna look like the color that the stripe looks. Which is usually the lighter color, if that makes sense. So gorgeous. A bit of silver flake would look nice. That would also look nice. So perfect for Christmas. So this was February 2022 when I was first looking. Don't mind how I didn't do the magnetic effect that nice. I was just testing the colors. But these were the original red options, but then I was like, don't push any harder because I'm not gonna do red because I can't have red and green because then we're Christmas again. Then when we were prototyping for this declassified bundles, I did make an option with holo, but there was issues with some of the red pigment that wasn't as red. And so I got kind of frustrated here because I didn't like that these were too like almost orange leaning. They weren't true bloody red. So That's where like these came from. And then it took a few rounds to finally get the right pigment that I was like, that's what the pigment I want, not the lighter red, okay? For this specifically. Because most of the red magnetics on the market are like this, kind of in this range. But this one is different. This is deeper, darker, and looks more mean. Like a drip of blood. And my original 12 days did have that lighter red because I thought that was like gonna be my only option. But then I annoyed people more to finally get this one. Woo! And I was like, yes, that's what I meant, okay? It has to be true blood red. Ooh, I like R5 though. Too bad. Too bad. You have to trust me. Like, they're not the same. They really aren't. And R5 is much closer to Love Spell. Now, I mean, not entirely. Like, yes, even I say they're not exactly the same, but it's closer, right? That is a pinky or oranger. It's a lighter red. And it has like a lightish pink looking stripe. But I wanted red and red all the way through. I need blood. Give me blood. Give me blood or give me death. So that's the story of Sacrificial Lacquer. In Simply I Trust. Thank you, Lena. Thank you very much. So that's the story of Sacrificial Lacquer. But let's watch a demo for anyone who doesn't use magnetic polish. I did this kind of messy and then I didn't redo it, so you can blame me for that, as with anything else. But just to give you a quick recap of how to use magnetic polish in case you are new, Sacrificial Lacquer is so vampy and perfect. I got goosebumps when I saw her. Yes! And I don't even like red that much. It just screams blood, right? Also, do you like the name? Do we like the name? Do we think it's controversial? I had people warn me that it might be controversial. But the same thing happened with Jingle Hell. And I listened then, but I didn't listen this time. Sometimes Simply listens, sometimes she doesn't. She's perfect, no controversy. Absolutely not. No bitch, we love. I love it. I love the name, it's catchy. People is Ben, isn't it? The name is Onimus. Love it. R.I.P. Jingle Hell. Jingle Hell is still great, right? Like one day I'll do it. Sacrilegious. Perfect name. Jingle Hell is still preferred. Honestly, I just keep calling it The Sacrifice. How is it controversial? I mean, I don't think so. But I believe the hypothetical feedback was blood sacrifice in coordination with Christmas that doesn't have an H, people would think is like directly offensive. And I thought that was kind of reaching. I was like, I don't think people will actually think that was it. But I don't know. I have not seen any such feedback, but like maybe, you know, so I'm not going to tell someone they can't be upset over anything. You're allowed to, whatever. I am also allowed to name a nail polish, whatever I want, within trademark guidelines. Christine is our satanic leader. Actually, yeah, this is my announcement. I'm Satan. So this was Declassified Taco 001. Just wait till 666. Okay, magnetic polish. Magnetic wand. That's what creates the effect. You can put your finger directly on it so it goes through your finger. Or you can hover it, which I'm not demoing in this, but there's another video on the Holo Taco channel that shows you both ways, like the intro to magnetics. This is kind of the easy hack. It works better if your finger isn't that thick, right? If your finger is very thick, then the magnet's not going to work as well. So magnet side up, finger lying down, and then I just paint. And as I paint, you can see the line forming, because it forms parallel to the middle of the long side of the rectangular magnet. You want to hold your magnetic polish there for a minute. You have to hold it because as the pigment is drying, the magnet needs to stay there and stay still so that the line stays as it dries. If you take your nail off or away from the magnet right after painting, the nail polish is still wet, so the effect will dissipate. The longer you let your nail polish dry with the magnet, the sharper the effect will be. And this is regular nail polish, so it doesn't dry instantly, right? So like kind of makes sense that like I say a minute, but that's like the minimum. Honestly, sometimes I leave it longer to make sure. Second coat. Wait again. Glossy Taco. Also magnetize on the Glossy Taco. I just didn't show it. But this isn't a whole demo. Do watch the demo video on magnetics if you need more information about how to like make your magnetic polish work better. Another trick is to shake up the bottle like a lot before you use it so that the magnetic pigments are properly dispersed in the bottle before painting them on. And oh, she is rich. She is bloody. She is mean. She's so evil. Oh my God, I just love it. Like, look. Ugh. I'm literally salivating blood. It looks so good. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Next up, foiled again. Last but not least. Okay, royalty reject. This one. This hurts me good. March 2023. This prototype was royally rejected from the royalty custom polish release. Oh my God. You will never live this down. Not me. Okay, this was your mistake, not mine. Terrible, rude. Okay, let's go through that. You will never live this down, okay? Because of royalty, it took another like 8 months for you to get your green frosted metal. Let me pull my wheel. Royalty. Now, there's a few things to explain here. First of all, Holo Royalty is the top tier of our customer loyalty program. And late last year, we asked them to develop their dream polish. We had a whole ass survey and was like, what do you want? Pick your favorite color, pick your favorite formula, pick your favorite mix-in. Okay, now vote on which ones you want to win. These were the final 6 that were presented to Holo Royalty, and they voted. And as you know, what came from that vote was Royal Crush, Glamothus, and Toe Beans. That's just Royal Crush, but matte. We were only ever planning on doing one, but then the votes made it really hard to only pick one, so. So it became a trio. Anyways, that data also showed that the green was the lowest in all forms of voting. We asked you to vote in 3 different ways for like different methodologies. One was like just pick one. One was like rank them. One was like if you could purchase any of these, which ones would you purchase? Check all that apply. So we had voting and results and data from a few different methodologies to help us arrive at what we should release. And the green was the lowest on all of them. So what's wrong with them? Are they just lying? So they lied. Are they just dumb? Are they dum-dums? Now, let me also tell you something that I will admit. Okay? I hereby do declare, Your Honor, that I admit G5 in its original prototype was not perfect. Okay? It did require more time to be improved. It required more research and development and pigment sourcing that was very hard. So you'll notice that this screen actually does look different and better, right? It's better. It's better than the original prototype. It is greener and brighter. So maybe you are not dumb, because even if you didn't vote for it at that time, maybe you knew it just like wasn't 100%. It was like 80% and simply needed time to make it perfect. So when I told the lab, I was like, okay, you know, Actually, here are the other options. Here are the original options, and I picked G5, but we needed to improve on it. I was like, G5 is not the best. Can we do better? Thank you. So I got other options with different pigments. And if you look really closely, the winner is kind of a mix of a greeny tealy flake in addition to the traditional frosted metal formula to give it that bright greener lift. It's very tricky for colors like this because when you mix a deep dark color with silver, it's gonna pull it back a little bit just because of like the science of putting it with the silver, right? Also, you think you like G1, but you're wrong because at an angle, it just looks yellow. It's using like a yellow flake and it just like, it's kind of ugly at an angle. I don't know how to explain it. You can't really tell on camera, but the flake is the same. The green flake. I wanted it to be like very bright emerald from far away, but it also has to be shiny. And if you make it 100% green flakes, it's not gonna be shiny. You have to use the lighter colored flakes in order for it to really hit that like frosted metal level of like, oh my God, that is a Christmas ornament. If I see you guys vote for things in the chat that were not selected, I will ban you. Okay, you have to put some trust in me that we made the right call. Listen, I'm telling you, like G1 has a yellow, it just like it looks ugly on skin. That's what it is. Yeah, it just like it doesn't work. It looks light here, but it has a yellow muddy base. It just doesn't really work right. But they are made with the same bright green pigment, and I think it was really important to make sure this stood true to the frosted metal storyline, to the frosted metal, like what we expect from it. So it has to be really obvious and shiny. And the only way to do that is you have to use a little bit of those silvery pigments in order to get it to reflect like this. Using the gold ones kind of dull it and make it muddy, unless you are deliberately doing a gold polish like frozen bananas, for example. But we're trying to do true bright green here, so it's gotta read. The final ones look amazing. Thank you. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. It will not be appreciated in pictures. I'm telling you, pictures will not sell this polish. Nope, they will not work. Watch, I'm gonna show you a picture and you're gonna be like, I'm not buying this, okay? Look at this picture. That's not selling you. Maybe this is? I don't know. We're trying to put some video in. Will this sell you? Maybe. I don't know. But it's just like you cannot see the amazing reflectiveness really in a picture. It just does not work. Even in some of my videos, admittedly, the video that we're gonna finish up watching, it's just like frosted metals do not do justice for themselves in a picture. I don't know why, but anyone who has a frosted metal will agree with me. Look, let's do a poll. That's not biased at all. Did you like frosted metals better once you wore them? IRL. I'm doing a poll and it's yes, no, not applicable, haven't tried. In case you're like, what are the, YouTube's not showing me. Like in a macro, it doesn't look good. I don't know what to tell you. This is my picture, so I can shit on it. Like, I don't know why. Frosted metals look amazing in real life, and it's like the type of polish you'll just be walking along and someone will be like, oh, what is that? It's amazing. But the composition up close is like kind of weird, you know? It's the blending average effect that your eyeballs do from far away that make it so amazing. But here you can see, if you are so inclined to investigate, it has like a greenish, tealish leaning flake in addition to a silvery flake, in addition to gold scattered hollow, in addition to a greenish jelly base to help give it that correct green color. Looks like a pine tree. Sexy. But does look better like away from your face. I don't know why. Science or whatever. Okay, let's check the poll. Do you like frosted metals better once you wore them in real life? 70% said yes. 71%. See? 5% said no. Does that mean they liked it better in pictures? Or maybe they're just like, it's the same. 24% haven't tried. But there you go. 70% of people agree that pictures do not sell frosted metals. I don't know what it is. It's my picture's fault. Even videos, like, I don't know, it just doesn't do it. You have to just see it in real life to really appreciate it. Technology sucks. Yeah, exactly. So we finally got foiled again. A bright green frosted metal polish, scattered hollow. Finally getting its moment. Oh, Holo royalty can rest at last. Because you're not going to be foiled again. Like, okay, like it looks good. I love it. I'm so excited for this one. Bring a misfit home this holiday season. Don't forget to share your misfit manis when you get them in the mail. You get our declassified information and then you share it. And there's a stunning spill. Okay, that kind of works. Even though they don't go together, the spill is so pretty. It's Christmassy, but kind of subdued because it has like that neutral and rose gold in it. Like, I just love it. I love it! And there you have it. Hold on, Ben's calling me. Why? Why are you calling me?
The next collection.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
I want to tell the chat a hint for the next collection.
No.
The next collection is called...
Why me? Why do I always answer the phone? Ben, you're losing your phone privileges. Okay, no more answering phone calls. Okay, next time he calls me, it's gonna be like a 1-800 number where it's like, would you like to accept this call? So I'll get a screening service, and then I'll say, no, I do not want to accept this call. No. Somebody don't answer the damn phone! Don't answer it! Take away the banana phone? Alright, well. Okay, why don't we vote? I want to know what your favorite reject is. And then I'm going to compare it to sales data. And maybe if Ben stops making hummus, he can tell me what the order of things is in terms of sales. Let me make you a poll. I'm gonna leave Rose Gold Flake out because she's kind of the easy odd one, and because Susan only gives me 4. What's your fave of the rejects? 50 Shades of Greige. Greige. Sacrificial Lacquer. Don't come for me. Overshadowed. Foiled again. The green frosted metal. Okay, the poll options are, if you can't see, 50 Shades of Greige. Here, I'll just show you so you can click in the right order. I don't know why. It's not showing up on mobile. Susan. It's not me, it's Susan. So pick your favorite. If you had to pick one, I know it's not the same methodologically as sales data where you can purchase more than one, but whatever. Who's a smart ass? You're a smart ass. There's a lot of people on the website right now. Why? Are they all trying to populate their wish lists? I was like, what are you doing here? It's like the number of people on stream. Why are there so many people? There's almost 3,000 people here. What are you doing? Don't you have anything better to do? I'm a comfort streamer. I'm very inviting. Alright, I'm gonna pull up the sales data myself, Ben. Oh, interesting. Things have kind of flipped today. As I kind of predicted, huh? Go on and keep voting. What's your favorite of the rejects, with the exception of rose gold flake, just because I can only have 4 poll options. Susan? Whose fault is it? Yeah, if you're still having issues with the wish list, I'm still waiting to hear back from the dev team, but it is Saturday. But my guess is to just come back after lunch and do it. What happens if a wish list is over 1,000? We'll just gift you up to $1,000. So if you added $2,000 worth of product, we'll just pick which $1,000 we'll give you. So choose wisely. And then we'll do comparisons. Okay, so according to the chat from the Declassified Tacos set, if you could only pick one, your favorite of the rejects is Sacrificial Lacquer, which is so interesting because, like, she's magnetic, which usually, in my just observant experience, if you put magnetics in a collection with not magnetics, people usually prefer the not magnetics just because there isn't that additional challenge or special effect that maybe not everyone is interested in, which is okay. But most of you are picking the one and only magnetic in this set, which is not what I expected and not what we forecasted for. You're thirsty for blood, basically. You're out for blood. My first magnetic was the birthday release, and now I love them. Yep. Just because we love it doesn't mean we won't magnetize it. I suppose you can also wear it both ways. Yeah. This is a trickier pigment. Again, my fault. As I previously explained, there's other reds that are more readily available. And I was like, nope, but I want this one that's not readily available. Thank you. Always blaming Simply. I know everything is my fault. That's okay. All right, next up. What is this song? Merry, Merry Christmas. I'll just turn it down. Sacrificial Lacquer won the opinion poll and then foiled again which I'm not surprised for this audience, which is probably a lot of Holo Royalty. Every time I do a poll of who's Holo Royalty on stream, it's a large proportion of you. It's like 70 to 80% of people watching this are Holo Royalty. So that makes sense to me that Foiled Again is especially going to be a fave among Holo Royalty, because some of them wanted that green frosted metal, and then once something is an underdog, they want it more. They want it harder. And I'm really proud of how we made this one work out. It's so shiny and it looks so nice with Favorite Sister. If you just want frosted metal red and green for Christmas, get this with Favorite Sister. No, Ben, it's okay. I got the data. Thank you, though. Keep making hummus. He's asking me if I need his help. All right, next up on the opinion poll, we've got Overshadowed. Thank you. Thank you for not putting him last. I love him too. And then last up at 18% is 50 Shades of Greige. Okay, I'm a little surprised, but let me tell you my theory. Okay? I think this is such a good core classic neutral that's going to become a long time favorite of people who are longtime customers, but also new customers. In the same way that Holo Barista was very appealing to people, I think people are gonna over time be like, oh, I just keep reaching for this one. This one's just like, it just really suits what I needed to do this week. You know what I mean? It's just classic, but also gives me that holo, and it's not a glitter, which some people are not always into because of having to remove it. But for initial reactions like this poll right here and initial sales just on day 1 or day 2, I think I understand why this one isn't like at the top, but I think it'll be a slow climb. I think give this one some time, and then people are going to be like, that's it, that's the one. Just like what happened with Toe Beans, which is like the baby pink version of this plus shimmer. Baby pink was not the favored one when it first released. Everyone was after like the purple frosted metal. But I think over time, people on average do sometimes like to have a somewhat neutral, I say neutral, but like whatever, you know, somewhat neutral option that isn't like, you know, a giant bright ass color like this. So I think this one isn't leading the polls now, but she's gonna be a long time slow burn, like good one. That's my prediction. It's only been 2 days, but this is what the early data is showing that is not favorite. But I forecasted for this one thinking it would be more favored over time. Give it some time. It's a nice palette cleanser. And it's also in one of our top selling formulas, top rated 5-star formulas, which is our linear holos. We have those in the OG rainbow and also the pastel linear rainbow. This is the same formula, tried and true. People know that they love it, but finally having this particular formula in a very neutral shade. Okay, so that's the poll results. Let's see. Actually, I'll just bring up this picture. Where's a picture of all of them? Here. Sales data incoming. Ding, ding, ding. Hello? Can we declassify the sales information, please? Requesting to declassify the sales information. After my sip of tea. All right. You should check this video back in 6 months and check if you were right. Oh, I will. Well, okay. All these shades are seasonal, meaning that they will be available during the season, holiday season, as long as supplies last. There's already 1 or 2 that I'm not sure are going to make it through the entire season that we were intending. You guys just went too hard, okay? I did not think you would go so hard for these literal rejects. But I'm hoping that if sales data support it and pigments and supply chain, caveat, footnote, etc., then maybe there's a chance that some of them can convert to just being around longer like we did with Silver Flake Taco, but we will see. I do not know. I do not know at this time. Hold up, my lawyer is here, who thinks the rose gold flake is stunning. Thank you, Emily. Right? It's also the top leader in sales. That's what we're doing now. Sales data incoming. The top selling declassified taco set after just a day and a few hours of sales is rose gold flake taco. Girl. Obviously, duh. I knew it. And I will also just add another footnote that the vast majority of customers when we launch something pick up everything. So there's less discrimination of the individual SKUs because people are picking the whole bundle. So the sample size of purchases for individuals is much lower when it's this close in proximity to launch, which was just yesterday. So I'll say that anytime we release a collection. So over time, I do find that the gap, the margins between the shades sales range in terms of like how much better one is doing than the other only really shows itself with more time. But I'm giving you early results, you know, like this can change. And there's already been a little bit of change just in one day, like who took the leaderboard. That being said, Rose Gold Flake was always number one since like an hour after launch. And I knew that. Anytime we launch a topper, it's very likely that that's just going to top the other shades that aren't toppers in the collection because of its versatility, which makes total sense to me. You can put Rose Gold Flake topper over anything, over black, over naked nails, which looks stunning, over low-key blushing. Yes. That's the Rose Gold Michael Kors look. Over shady navy, there's an example. You can make it matte. It's just very versatile, so it makes sense to me that a topper would be number one. She's on top. America's next top taco. No, the world's next top taco. All right, in second place for sales, which is also consistent with opinion poll research, is Sacrificial Lacquer, the red magnetic, which shocks me to my core because I understand not everyone likes magnetics. Some people feel like they don't want to have to hassle with like making a line. They don't want to hold still. But I am shocked at how well the sales of individual sacrificial lacquer are doing. Like, what? You always say red and pink are top sellers. Yes and no. Not always. I mean, okay, if we're talking about the universal nail polish market that isn't just Holo Taco, absolutely. Reds, pinks, beiges will always sell the best. That's why the drugstore is stacked with them, you know, because they're doing it on like what they're going to sell the most. We have a little bit of a different audience than the average consumer who walks into the drugstore who's looking for an understated mani. So our results aren't going to be the same. We also intentionally do not sell the same assortment or diversity of assortment as a drugstore because that's where the drugstore exists. You can just go there if you want a bunch of beige cremes, okay? If you want ballet slippers, you go to the drugstore. So we do sell disproportionately more bolder colors that aren't in that, let's say, red, pink, beige category. Yeah, we sell to the purple consumer only, okay? We only sell purple. So I'm shocked that this red, well, there's no purple in this set. Now, the other reason why I did not expect this to be number two is because it's magnetic and not everyone wants to fuss with it. Totally get it. However, as Leanne pointed out, it is December. So maybe people are like, actually give me red. Or you don't have any red magnetics. You've never released a red magnetic. So I'm actually excited about this red magnetic. So I think there's a bit of seasonality in addition to the fact that we do not have any color like this in this formula. And I am pleasantly surprised, but also worried because of supply chain, because I picked this type of red. But if I'd picked a more readily available red, it just wouldn't be Sacrificial Lacquer. So, you know, it's tough. It is velvet-like. It really is like red velvet. Oh, it's just so sexy. It's vampy. All right. In third place of sales, but last place for opinion poll votes is 50 Shades of Greige. Now, when I checked this data yesterday, like an hour or two after launch, 50 Shades of Greige was last. But now that it's had a day to catch up, it's moving up just as I predicted, but I think it's going to take more. I think it's going to take more time to see that one like rise a little bit higher. I get it. It is more of a neutral, but it's in such a good formula, as I was saying, that like people want the sparkle but not the glitter, you know? And that's what it is. So I'm happy to see 50 Shades of Greige like doing what I thought she would do, but I think people are gonna go for her a little harder as time moves forward. Right now, the people purchasing are usually like the core customers who like want to make sure they get it all just in case something sells out. So that's a different type of customer than like the casual consumer who's just like, oh, this is pretty. Randomly, 5 months after it released, I'll buy it. Do you know what I mean? There's two very different buckets of customers. She belongs in the ugly stream. Ah! Chris with an H, you belong in the ugly name. BB Shrimp, it's so fancy cashmere sweater vibes. I love it. Kind of, right? Like my aunt would love this. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna give it to my aunt. I was thinking about what nail polish I could give to my fancy aunt who doesn't like glitter or sparkles. You know, she's very, very like vanilla beige, you know, like she wears fancy purses that are like usually a tan or a cream color, you know. So I could give this to her. This and Curfew Crasher. I feel like she might go for Curfew Crasher. Yeah. And Bury Me in Hollow, which was Sophia's shade. I think she would actually wear that. So I finally, and the nail oil. I finally have a Christmas gift for my aunt, because every year that I've had Holo Taco, there hasn't really been like enough options for her, with the exception of the Holo Barista collection, which I did give to her. But like now I'm excited. I'm like, oh, she might like this and not just say she likes it, you know? And rose gold flake taco, I don't know. I'll give it to her, but I feel like she'd be like, I don't understand. It's not opaque, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't know toppers. She doesn't know toppers. Your aunt needs tax haven? I don't think she would wear like that type of tan on her nails. I think that would be too bold for her nails. I think she's more into this or like pinkies. Yeah, this is definitely aunt approved. Okay, continuing through sales data, then the fourth spot is Overshadowed by customers apparently in the fourth spot again. But the last spot for sales data is gonna make you so mad because it's foiled again. By a lot, actually. Like when I'm looking at the numbers, 50 Shades of Greige is kind of close to Overshadowed, and then foiled again. Bruh, what are you doing? Why? I thought Overshadowed would be last because we just released like a bluish, you know, an after party. And I was like, okay, maybe people don't need that same color. But we don't have a green frosted metal like this. Like, what is wrong with you? What? Like, there is no justice for frosted metals. What are you doing? I cannot believe this. We're the vocal minority. I think that's what it is. The poor fate of greens. Like, this green is amazing. It is incredible. It is stunning. It is the best green frosted metal we could have made. They just aren't saturated enough. I think you guys need to understand something about pigment science. Is what you can make on Photoshop is not what you can make on nails. Like, it's not how it works. The shine comes from silver, not real silver. I just mean like the foil of silver is the shiniest. So to have shiny, you need to use silver foil base or flakes. There is no such thing as just as shiny in a saturated, vibrant neon or whatever color. Like it's not gonna look like that. It does not exist. So I've seen people say like, make really bright neon chromes or something. And I'm like, that's not a thing. That does not exist. And if you show me a reference picture of it, it's either like gel polish or not even. It's nail powder that someone buffed on top of a chrome. And I'm like, that's not nail polish. Like that, you cannot do it. So you have to understand, shiny is going to be just more silver or like the light gold, like frozen bananas. That exists too. And then to make it a color, you have to do this weird like compromise pigment dance with like, okay, is there a little bit of a flake that is green we can add, but you can't add too much or else it's not gonna be as shiny. And then it's not really like as like shiny Christmas ball anymore. It doesn't work. I'm just mad that foiled again is literally last. Like, royalty, are you with me? Like, royalty must be so pissed right now. Let's do a poll again of who's in royalty. Let's see. What Holo Taco tier are you in? You in right now. I like to do this just to show you, like no other company does, because why would they? What like the distribution of our rewards people or rewards participants. Hold on, let me just add them. Because we try really hard. Tiers / don't know. Hold on, I can't think of different things at the same time. The categories are this, in case you can't see it in the order. You're either royalty, swatcher, explorer, or I don't fucking know. I'm really proud of our loyalty program because we reward a lot of people. And that is a business decision. Like, we could have structured a program where we did make it so it was a lot harder to get into the top tier, so that by virtue of having like a small proportion of people in the top tier, you could hypothetically do more for those people, right? You can give more rewards to less people. We can't give the most rewards to everyone, otherwise we'll just go out of business, you know? So it's more challenging for us to have disproportionately more people in the top tier, because then it's harder to do better things when everyone's in the top tier. I recognize that, and I hope you recognize that too, that we try our hardest, but I felt it was more important to me to like not do this intentional exclusionary activity where you make it intentionally really fucking hard to get to the top. So it was structured this way on purpose, and that's why you're seeing that 73% of people who just happen to be here on stream are in Holo Royalty. I also acknowledge footnote that this is a little bit of a selected survey sample, just in the sense that yes, people who watch me are more likely to be more into Holo Taco and be a top customer. Absolutely, there is a correlation there. Totally agree. However, that being said, this is still a very, very strong and disproportionate top tier participation. Only 9% don't know. Oh, 10. Oh, 10. Oh, 10. 9, 10. No, I know there's like at least just under 10% of you who don't paint your nails or shop Holo Taco. We love you too. That's why we have a hoodie. And there's some regions we don't ship to. So I've been in 4 times only. How do you find out your status? You do this. You hit rewards at the top page, the top of the browser, and then it says you're in Holo Royalty. So let's take a look here. So 70% of you are in Holo Royalty, and then 12% Holo Swatcher, 7% Holo Explorer, and then 11% not in a tier. So I'll close that now. Good to know I'm not the only one who tries to go again. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a quick pee out the tea, and I will BRB. I will give you a Menchie, and then we will do comparison. So stay here. I'll be right back. We're gonna do some comparisons. And, oops, wrong one. And I'll run a little ad for Susie. Minchie. Minchie sticks with you. Hope you were good and not discussing all the prototypes you wanted instead. Menchie's really cute in that bed, but I think she'd look cuter in a different one. Did you behave? Sarah, thank you for the super chat. After seeing the whole after party collection, I felt Overshadowed wouldn't have fit the vibe. Oh, did I read this already? Maybe. I was torn when voting, but I was so happy. Yes, I did read this. Thank you. Okay, how's everyone doing? You liking this release? Yeah, we'll do comparisons in a quick sec. I just want to take a quick look at inventory. Damn! I should also show you... I should have done this earlier in the stream. But just like the 12 Days of Christmas, yada yada yada. Where is it? Does anyone? It's probably on Discord. I just want to pull up the 12 Days of Christmas summary, the little jingle that we sent out. We need frozen bananas as a seasonal. It was, and no one bought it. Like, I don't know, man. It's, you know what's tough for me to realize that I have realized? is like, I want to make everyone happy, and I can't, you know? And people will get together and say like, oh, we really love this. Why did you take this away from me or something? And then I'll try and find a way like, okay, well, let's make more, or let's bring it back, or whatever, like we did with frozen bananas. And then like, it just, you know, we were right the first time based on sales. So it's an important lesson for me sometimes to just think like, sometimes there's a reason to not do everything, with the exception of also wanting to do something sometimes that is fun. That's not a good sentence, but you know what I mean? Like, I want to do fun things, but I cannot do everything. If I bring back everything, then you will also just be mad. You know? You can't please everyone all the time, but you can try and please as many people as you can sometimes. Life lessons was Simply. Alright, I was gonna grab the Christmas summary. There it is. Always on Discord. Okay, so this is what we sent out in an email that kind of summarizes the 12 days of Christmas, but just like a couple days. We're letting you know what to expect on those days. So on the first day of Christmas, prototypes, here, should I sing it? Why didn't I sing this? Okay. On the first day of Christmas, Holo Taco sent to me prototypes previously unreleased. That's pretty bad. Okay. On the third day of Christmas, Holo Taco brought back for me an OG creme and lots of crises, plural. Can you guess what that is? Because that's tomorrow. What? The heads up is so helpful. Love being able to plan. Thank you, Emily. You know, I filed the motions on time for the court. Gave them some time to read them over before they decide what to buy. What does it mean? Okay, so for that day, Holo Royalty voted to bring back stuff. They voted like a long time ago, but then we had to go to our pigment gods and be like, can you do this? So something's coming back as a result of incessant yelling at us and votes and the data saying bring these back. We surveyed Holo Royalty and asked them out of like, it was like dozens of nail polishes, like what would you bring back if you could? What creme and what not creme. So we're doing it. We're just doing it. On the 7th day of Christmas, Holo Taco gave to me a vault key to get some boxes under your tree. I never majored in music, can you tell? So that's the vault day, which is not new. We've done that previously, but I'll explain it for those who don't know. So every collection we do, every collection box we have, we always hold back a set of them for customer service reserves. So if a box gets nicked or damaged in the mail, if like something gets broken because the shipper just like sat on it, you know, we always keep back reserves so that if something happens, we can do the customer service we need to and send you that replacement. And we always overestimate how many we need to keep back just to make sure we have that extra, you know, lot of it to pad ourselves with literal protection in case something goes wrong and customers do need, you know, another box to replace their something defective or that got damaged. So it's not a restock. It's not making new product. It's not ordering new boxes. It's just whatever we had in reserves from the past year-ish. We're also not gonna, so stop asking about stuff from 4 years ago. We will not be releasing product from 4 years ago. Because either we don't have it, and even if we did, we wouldn't have enough. And even if we did have enough, it would be weird for a brand to sell you like years old product, okay? because what's in the box is either was kitted at launch and was a holdback, or it was a box that hadn't been kitted, but we had extra ones, and then we just like filled it with recent product. It kind of depends, so I can't say for sure. But they are, the boxes that will be in the vault are all boxes that were released in the past year-ish. Not every box though, because even though we do customer service holdbacks for each box, sometimes there's just more that end up getting issued as a refund, or a replacement. And sometimes we have to draw a line. Like if we only have 5, I'll just pick a random number. If we only have 5 boxes sitting in customer service, we're not putting that up for sale, because that will just upset way more people. And we are very cognizant of doing that. I do not want to do anything that's just going to upset way more people because they felt like they didn't have a chance. So it's a very tricky balance to know like where that number is. So we do need a decent-ish amount in order for me to agree to even put it for sale in the first place. Because sometimes it's easier to just be like, that's just not enough boxes. That's going to go in like 30 seconds. And then we're going to have way more people upset. So it's better just to not sell it at all. Which is a very tough decision because like I would have liked to give, the opportunity to some people. But yeah, so for that reason, not every box is possible. We also don't have as many boxes. We don't have the same amount of all boxes. So some boxes that go up might sell through really quickly. I don't know. We are still working on Sophia's, but I think we will have a very small number. But for that one, I feel like people have been begging for that one, and we were able to maybe work it out. But I'm telling you right now, that one, just because of her fan base and just the sheer like desire for that box, is not gonna be there for long. So Vault Day is usually like be there at exactly 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's when we change up the website for each 12 Days of Christmas. And if you are there later, I cannot guarantee. And this is not for FOMO, but I acknowledge that it still does it. But based on past 12 days Vault Days, stuff does sell out, and it can sell out very quickly depending on what it is. So if you're looking for a box from the past year, and you need to be there immediately. Anything that's in the vault will only be there for that day. So whatever doesn't sell that year, or sorry, that day from that year, will be pulled. That's it. Why does Sophia get the vault? I mean, like, don't be mad that Sophia gets it. Like, do you want me to not put Sophia in? Would that make you happier? It's kind of a weird energy. I don't know, like things are different. Julian was released in April. We're in a lot closer proximity to Sophia's launch. Customer reserves are a bit fresher. There's lots of reasons, but like what you're not gonna do is say this isn't fair because ABCD from a year and a half ago. Like, no. It's gonna be okay. Also, do not buy from third-party websites that charge you 3 times the price. Every vault is different, correct? And you're gonna be okay either way. Listen, if you don't get something, or you missed it, or you were at work, or it wasn't made available, I promise you, take a deep breath. With great respect and admiration for your enthusiasm and support, I want to remind you it is just nail polish. Please do not let it disturb you to the point that it kind of ruins your day or your mental state. That's not the goal of any of this. The goal of this is just to make a few people happy that wanted it, that look, was just like, oh my God, great. That's it. That's what we're trying to do here. Let's not turn this into a negative outcome where people are angry, pissed, screaming. Please also be very kind to customer service. They work incredibly hard and are so thoughtful and caring in how they care for any of your concerns, So please, I respectfully ask you to maintain that energy. And if you want to comment, whether it's my live stream or Holo Taco, with like enthusiasm for excitement, that's amazing. Keep that up. But let's try and think of the people reading the screen, you know? And we're not out for blood, okay? Just sacrificial lacquer, that's it. Respect and chill. Yeah. It's okay, we respect our Mayo mama. Ben, stop. Can we talk about the OG box selling for 1,000? Well, that's just dumb. That's literally so dumb. Don't do that. That is literally just a box. I mean, okay, I understand it's more than that to me. I don't mean to discredit it. But like, do not buy an empty box or 4-year-old nail polish, okay? For $1,000. Don't do it. I'm telling you not to do that. I will literally, like, I'd rather send you a virtual autograph or literally anything to prevent you from doing that. Stop. Do not do that. Do not pay more than its original value. And also, you don't know where you're buying it from and what they did to it, and if it's the same product, if there's polish in it. All right, I'm gonna finish this and then we'll do comparisons, I swear. Sorry to repeat my question. Can you buy only as a collection box or can you buy individuals? For which, you mean the Vault Day? So it depends. It depends. For some collections, we'll have the box and the polishes in it. So like Chrome, for example. Chrome's polishes weren't limited edition, but some of them have been out of stock. So when we put the box up in the vault, yes, we will have, there, I just confirmed. We're gonna have Chrome boxes. When we put the box up in the vault, like, the polish will be inside, so that's good. We just haven't been able to restock individuals for some time. It's just some of the shades. But like, or like Vacation, those polishes aren't limited edition. So there's really no difference in us putting up the individuals because the individuals are already available. You know what I mean? But every box has polish in it. We're not selling you boxes without polish. To be clear, we have never sold a box without polish. I don't know about Sophia individuals, but I'm hoping that we're gonna have a small number of boxes, not nail file or glitter, but like the core goods, the 5 shades in the box. I do not care about anything. Just give me Existential Crisis. That's it. Okay. Will day 3 be available after day 3 or only for the day? This is a fair question. So anything we released yesterday, what we release tomorrow as the bringbacks, those will be around as long as stock is available. But it's not like only for sale that day. The only thing that is launched and then removed is the vault. The vault is only up for that day, but like the December prototypes or like the rejects collection, basically, that's around until and if some of the shades are sold out. But it's not like a one day only. Does that make sense? What time does it launch? 11:30 a.m. Eastern every day. The new event, whatever it is, whether it's a new drop, the vault or whatever, it's always the same time for the next 12 days. So for anything else, like the bringbacks, the prototypes we just released yesterday, we're just noting the day that they're coming back, but I hope that they'll be available throughout the 12 days, but I cannot guarantee it because of stock, and it's just a really tough time of year to get things restocked because it's like literally, it's literally December. So this is just one of those things where if like you definitely want it now and you don't want to wait or you don't want to risk it going out of stock and then us taking time to restock, which is possible, then just get it so you don't have to think about it. But I also understand that maybe that's not the right option for you because you'd rather take the risk and consider shipping. Totally up to you, totally fair. But just like I don't I want you to acknowledge the risk and be okay with it, however it plays out if you do miss one of the shades. If like the declassified bundle isn't available for all 12 days, then just knowing in advance, prepare yourself for that possibility, and then it'll be better mentally, you know? The vault is one box unlocked, or is it a mystery vault, or multiple different boxes? It's Holo Taco collection boxes that were released in the past year-ish that have since sold out because the boxes are always limited edition. So the box will be available again for that day only for some of our box sets in the last year with polish in them. Okay, let's continue. On the 9th day of Christmas, Holo Taco arranged for me something cozy for your kitty. Menchie? Menchie? What is the secret you have to tell us, Menchie? Thank you for all the gifted memberships to the Menchie Gang, Nerdcore, and a few others. So we might have arranged something a little bit out of left field, maybe, that you would think of. But I've been working on it for a while, and it also matches something, so that's fun. Will day 3 polish be here to stay or limited edition? Gone again when sold out. It will be available as long as our batch lasts. We hope to restock it if the batch sells out, but because of pigments, I don't know for sure, but we're not advertising it as limited edition. So it also depends on how much people are interested in it, how much people pick it up. So kind of like when we brought back Got Cake, I think it did have a period of being out of stock after it was brought back, but every situation is different with different pigments. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, oh yeah, it's permanent, it's there forever. I don't know. But sales data also really can influence our decision to restock something quicker or restock at a larger quantity. And if we feel the quantity of restock is just like not worth it for quantities based on sales, then we may not restock it or may hold out on restocking it for a longer period. There's a lot of things that go into it. Hi, it's the girl whose mom named her after Avril Lavigne. Iconic. I started nail school and I want to make my school buy your polishes so I can use them on our clients. We can't use our personal polishes. Tell your school to buy holotaco.com. No, sign up for the wish list. Put your school on our wish list. Get $1,000, yeah. I can't wait to see what you have for my kitty, Georgie. Hee. Do you use wishlist data to help decide on restocks and bringbacks? Yes. So if anything is ever out of stock, hit that notify me button and it'll say to enter your email. And we always look at like how many like tags there are on that, how many people are looking for something to come back. All right, who wants comparisons? Comparisons. I know you guys are here for that. We already posted some on the Holo Taco Instagram, so you probably saw those. But let's go ahead and do some comparisons of the new Declassified Tacos. Hold on, I have too many wheels. Okay, go on and tell me what you want to see. Greige versus toe beans. Oh, that's Menchie. Coming right up. Butter up. All right, we've got toe beans, which is now retired, RIP. And toe beans stayed around for a while. You're welcome, because we were replenished that stock to make sure that there was a decent amount of Holo Royalties iconic trio. The only one left now is Royal Crush, which we did make the most of, so that makes sense. Sometimes when a shade sells out, it doesn't mean it's because it was the best seller. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how many we put into inventory. So when we forecast, we do think about like what's gonna sell the most. We're not always right, but there's also that factor. So just looking at like what's gone isn't necessarily an indication alone of it being a better seller, if that makes sense. But this was toe beans that came out for royalty. And I would describe it as, I just want to tone this down so you can see the tone of the polish a bit better. I would describe toe beans as a baby pink. It also has a pink shimmer in it, whereas 50 Shades of Greige is not pink. It is not pink. It is more neutral and kind of in between a greigey. It's just beige, but it's hollow, so that's why you're getting like all those rainbow reflex. So it's not as easy to say it's just one color. But like if I put a flash on them, I have too many lights, right? So they both have linear hollow, but toe beans is definitely more like princessy, girly, and pink, and this one is way more neutral and not really a color in the same way. All right, Greige and Haute Couture. Oh, and someone asked Circuit Breaker too. Good question. So Circuit Breaker is just classic silver, pure silver hollow. And fun fact, linear hollow, or just hollow in general, at its core is silver. Like the base pigment of hollow is silver. So the most hollow you can get a product is when it's just silver. Kind of like the most shiny you can get a Frosted Metal is when it's silver. I'm gonna put the light on. So Circuit Breaker's at the top, and it's just classic. It's like just pure straight up hollow with no color in it. And then you've got 50 Shades of Greige, which does have like a beigeish tint, so it's not silver, right? And then you have toe beans at the bottom. And if I take away the light and I kind of hide this one, because that one's kind of a spotlight, the camera is a little bit darker now, but you can kind of see like the undertone, if that makes sense, right? So you just have like classic grayish silver, and then you have beigeish, a bit deeper, and then the toe beans pink. Versus peach tea. Peach tea is much more saturated. Peach tea is orange. This is very neutral, right? And that's what happens when you mix all the colors of the pastel rainbow. You get this neutral kind of color. It's also like lighter than it, but that's just how it's kind of cool, right? Yeah, we do not have anything like this in the linear hollow formula. And let me show you Barista. Where's my wheel? Where's my wheel? Here it is. So it's actually kind of close to Haute Couture, which is crushed hollow. I'd say it's like a little bit lighter though. But if we're just talking like tone or undertone, see when I like take it off, it's hard when it's so hollow, because like all you're seeing is like the rainbow flare. But if I come in a little bit closer, I'd say it's closest to Haute Couture, but I want to say it's a little more neutral than Haute Couture. It's a little more greigey, a little more muted, but also has like a stronger linear hollow flare because it's linear hollow and not crushed hollow. But it's also like lighter and more muted and less pink. Does that make sense? So I love it. If you love Haute Couture and you love linear hollows, I feel like 50 Shades of Greige was stunning. If you love any linear hollow, if you love toe beans, I think you'll really like this. If you missed toe beans, I also think you'll really like this. And here it is on me too, if you want to see. That pink kind of refract is actually just like my camera in my room. There's no shimmer in here. Okay, so that's 50 Shades of Greige. She's gonna be a slow burn winner. Brucey versus Great versus Overshadowed. Got it. Noted. Let's go. Brucey? Sophia, where are you? Here's great. Where's... Hold on, I gotta find Sophia's wheel. Oh no, where are you, girl? Mitch, where's Sophia? Found an unofficial wheel, but whatever, that's fine. So Brucey, tealy linear hollow, great. Not quite a chrome, but also not like metallic foils. So more of like a black pearlescent uniform pigment. And then Overshadowed, which I would describe as lighter than great and has more metallic-y pigments that refract in a different way. So great is a little more like black pearly, kind of like that bitch. I think those are more similar just in terms of the pigment, not the color, but the pigment. And Overshadowed is more like a micro metallic multichrome. It actually is based on a multichrome pigment, but that pigment just like isn't the most shifty. You know what I mean? And it also has scattered hollow in it. Whereas that's linear hollow and this was plain. So yeah, if you thought this was a dupe for great, it is not. It is bluer, lighter, and shinier and has hollow. It's more obnoxious, but also like mean. And Brucey is just teal. Where do you classify Overshadow on your website? I don't know. What did we do? Wait, what did we do? I don't even remember. Oh my god. Overshadowed? Is it under... Is it chrome and... I think we just put it under chrome and metallic. Oh, no we didn't. Maybe we didn't add... Oh, yes, we did. They're just at the... they're at the end. It's under chrome and metallic. Because, like, it's somewhere in there, you know? It's shiny. Like, yeah. Aquafoil and blue ain't slick. Yes, Mark? Coming right up. Also, do you like our Christmas header? Look, it's like red and green, right? Like, that's fun. Blue ain't slick, RIP. No one wanted her anymore. Aquafoil and Overshadowed. The one coat chromes are a very different formula than anything else that we've described as chromey or whatever. Like they just slick on so differently and they don't have like a sheeny shimmer to them like the multichromes kind of do. It's just a very different pigment that behaves differently. So these on a plastic wheel actually don't look as shiny as they do on your nail. I don't know what it is, something about the science of putting them on plastic. But chromes do look shinier on your nail. It just doesn't really work with plastic. But you have human skin, so. But there's Blue Ain't Slick and there's Overshadowed, which they're kind of like lost cousins in terms of the multichrome pigments go. Because this is a lighter grayish blue multichrome, but it doesn't have that big of a shift. Kind of like Blue Ain't Slick. When you get into that blue zone, they don't really shift as hard to another color. All right, what's next? What's next? Do you want to do foiled again? What can I compare foiled again to? to mint money, let me guess. Mint money, honey. So mint money is much paler, and therefore it is shinier. Okay, anything that's paler and closer to the silver shade is gonna be shinier, just for the scientific reasons I provided earlier. But mint money is like a pale, soft, muted green, and foiled again is a much more like bright emerald green. Can we see foiled again next to favorite sister? Yeah. See, this looks so pretty. Christmas Manny. When I gave my sister foiled again, like she saw me wearing this and she was like, "What is that new?" She was like, "Oh, it's like mine but green." I was like, "Yeah, I know exactly." So she was very excited about wearing them together. So that's favorite sister. And the new foiled again also looks really good with frozen bananas, RIP. Like there's your Christmas tree. Favorite sister is sold out. That's not surprising. Yeah. I figured she would sell out today. I just yep. I swear you guys make it so hard to predict how much to make when you wait. Which I totally respect and understand is like your strategic right. But like the same thing with what happened with Sophia and Down to Earth. Like you knew Sophia was coming because we told you. So when Down to Earth hit, everyone was like, okay, I'll just wait. I'll pick them up later. But when you do that, you screw up our ability to future forecast. And then everyone buys at the same time the next time. And then it's sold out, and then you get mad. But like, how else are we supposed to account for that? It's not possible. So when Black Friday hit, a lot of people were shopping, but we were able to like compare it to last Black Friday and stock accordingly. But I still think people do this thing where they're like, wait and hold off. But we are way less able to predict for volume that way when you do that. So like, I'm not telling you not to do that. I understand, but that is just the unintentional, but the consequence of what's going to happen with that type of shopping behavior. So if you are choosing to wait, there is that risk of not everything you wanted being around. And I just hope that you can just like understand that that's what's going to happen. So favorite sister is sold out, and also all the Christmas glitters are sold out except Choco Hollow, and they're done for the season. That's it. That's all. Thank you, folks. I am not sorry, mother. I will never stop. Christine, we just need you to work for the data. Okay, but like, what good is it if the time has come and gone and now it's too late to order more pigments? We can't order more pigments in the middle of December. Like, no, it's not happening. Yeah. Also understanding it's okay if something sells out. That's what's more important to me, is if you are choosing to take that risk and wait, which is totally up to you and your planning, that's fine. I just want you to also come with it at the energy of like accepting that maybe not everything is going to be around. That's what's going to happen. We try our best to keep good stock, and we have done an amazing job with some of the limited edition sets. Yes, thank you. Yes, yes, we have. But we can't do it for 100% of everything. Yeah, I get it. For international customers mostly, because the free shipping is 100. But customs and duties don't matter how much money you spend, eh? Like, it is just proportional to your order. So if you spend $100 on an order and then you spend another $100 on an order, your customs and duties fees is the same if you had combined those orders. So that is not different. And I'm an international customer, so I understand. It is just reaching the free shipping minimum that I understand makes a difference. But good news is we have the Holo Taco hoodie, so that helps reach the minimum. And if you put that with the declassified, there you go. You got your $99 minimum for international. Yes, the team's been doing an amazing job with stock, right? With most things, yes, for sure. It's not even always totally in our control. Sometimes there's just only so much of a pigment we can secure in time. Yes, forecasting this year has been incredible. Thank you. Despite you all making it so hard by screwing up our sales data. Not true. Customs are always high in Europe. Yeah, maybe you misunderstood me. I'm not saying they're not high. I understand. I also experience customs every time I order from the States of anything. But they are proportional to your order value, right? They scale accordingly. Like they charge a VAT tax or whatever, and it's a certain percentage, yada, 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 after a certain amount. Every country is a little bit different. So like, yes, that's kind of generalizing. But it's not really a flat rate tax. It's whatever VAT your country decided they want money from because they don't like that you're supporting another country. That's what customs is. Do you have pigments in stock, or do you only order for when you make the actual polishes? It really depends. Like sometimes that the lab will have extra pigments of something, have pigments on hand, and then sometimes like we already used up all the pigments in the first batch. Hi Chris, I just want to thank you for being so considerate and generous. You are doing an amazing job and I appreciate it. Thank you, Holo. Thank you, the Inked Nails. We love the Christmas music. Okay, what other comparisons you want? Oh, everything is pine. Yeah, that's a good one. Good one. Who is officially retired now, but good news, foiled again. We'll hit that note. Right? Like, foiled again is more shiny, so it's going to be a little bit more just silver leaning on average in order to be shiny. But everything is pine is kind of a similar note, kind of Christmas tree green. Both have holo, but this is glitter. So for glitter, yeah, like a holo glitters is kind of that very sparkly impact. But then foiled again is a frosted metal, so very shiny from afar impact. Natural Christmas tree versus plastic tree. That's a good one, a good one. Pine is a bit warmer. It is a little bit warmer, and that's because of probably the greenish glitters in it that it was just made with that are just, they are that color, but also because this has to have more silverish leaning pigment in order for it to be shiny. So it's gonna lean a little bit cooler, and the greenish flake in it is kind of tealy leaning. Fake Date and Rose Gold. Oh, okay. And I actually want to compare these two. Play Rosé, which is like a rosy. And then the Taco. I just have it over black here. You know what's probably easier is showing the bottle. So if I do this, where'd I put it? I'd say like rose gold is more true rose. Like it's pinker. And it's not the same flake, eh? Because the flakes in here are more silver with a tinted base, and the flakes in here are rose. So they are not the same. Like you couldn't achieve this by painting on multiple coats of this, if that makes sense. And when you look at them like this, it'll be more noticeable depending on the base color you use. But Fake Date is a little bit cooler and lighter. And Rose Gold Taco is true rose gold pink flakes as opposed to like a combo and silver building up. But they do look really nice together. Thank you, Christina with no H. Just want to say thank you to Christine and the entire Holo Taco team. Painting my nails has always been a way of de-stressing during hard times. Have also shared my love of Holo Taco with my mom. Woo! We love a family event. Family getting together over Holo Taco. I love that combo. Oh, here it is with Cheap Champagne. So Cheap Champagne is more coppery. Like, I think you can also describe it as rose gold, but it's more on the champagne side of rose gold. Like, let me pull it. I think I spilled this one out. But here it is just for reference, right? So like this might still exist in your mental wheelhouse of rose gold, but it's a little more oranger copper. And this one is much pinkier, like prettier, like girlier, whatever, you know? But they are different formulas. So this is a topper. So in the bottle, maybe you look at them and you're like, oh, they're all the same, but they're not, because one is a topper and the other two are full coverage. That don't really work if you try and put them in a topper because they're so packed with stuff and they have a jelly base. So they don't really work as toppers. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you. There's no rules, but that's not really how they were developed. And let's just, for color purposes, compare these. So that's Menchie the Cat and Play Rosé. I'd say it's kind of close to Play Rosé, maybe a little bit pinker, but Menchie's definitely paler in terms of the color of the rose gold. And here again is the rose gold flake taco over top of white, which kind of looks like a porcelain dish, right? Like my grandmother's dish. But it's so pretty. Can you add Play Rosé? This is Play Rosé. It's a very nice rosy Skittle. This would actually be such a good mani if you do Play Rosé, Menchie the Cat, Not Milky White, Rose Gold Flake Taco. Like those three. Stunning. Love Spell with Sacrificial Lacquer. Okay, let's move to the red. The red zone. Love Spell is... Oh my god, where's my magnetic reel? Oh, here it is. Love Spell, Sacrificial Lacquer. So this is like magenta-y, is its base pigment is magenta. And this one is just all red through and through. And the difference of not having any hollow in this one, whereas these ones have like a micro crushed hollow flake. Favorite Sister, yep. So Favorite Sister is more of like a brighter, lighter cherry red. And that's again because of the silver pigments in a frosted metal to make it shiny. If we made this, and there was prototypes, but Jen picked this one. If you make this darker red, it either just gets less red and more silver, or less shiny. But yeah, this is Favorite Sister. Red Licorice. Red Licorice is a very different color red. It's more like candy licorice, like Nibs red, but a little bit brighter, right? like strawberry bright red, more like traditional rainbow bright. And Sacrificial Lacquer is just so much darker and moodier when it's magnetized, right? When it's magnetized, it gets that darker bounce. I got my mother, sister-in-law, and little niece on board of the Holo Taco train. Now I can share my collection. Yes! Transform your family. Yeah, it's more like candy apple, not blood red. Is red licorice. Here it is beside Naughty List. So that's Naughty List. That's Party Punch. And again, Sacrificial is much more like blood as opposed to like a red jam. Brick Wall. Who's a Brick Wall? There's Brick Wall, which is a little bit more muted, I'd say. Yeah. Brick Wall's like ketchup red, but organic ketchup, you know? And this one's like, I just stabbed myself. I should write these descriptions in the copy. What do you think? I'm over brew. Okay, let me grab the other crumbs. Here's kind of a wheel that will suggest it. I've suggested this a few times on the surveys, but if it's not in the making, can we please have a multichrome that's sacrificial red and black? So with multichrome pigments, you can't just invent new ones that doesn't exist. You are limited to things that already exist, but also they have to go through a bunch of approvals and be approved. So we did have Double Dare, which was a red and blackish multichrome, but we're also just like, oh, there goes my camera, hold on. She needed her eye boogies picked. Little nasty kid. I hear you. There's other challenges. I'll just put it that way. Here's Left on Red with Sacrificial Lacquer, just for color reference. Again, Sacrificial Lacquer is just darker and more bloody. And I'm Over Brew is right here. And that is way more like wine, like purple wine. More cool tone burgundy. It's probably closer here, but again, I'd still like, it's way bloodier. That's Crimson Void. It's also not as dark when you consider the stripe in the middle. I mean, like, it is dark, but if you wear it unmagnetized, which I don't have, there's a picture on the website, but unmagnetized looks like the bottle, right? So if you don't magnetize it, it will look like this, a little bit brighter. And if you magnetize it, then you get, sorry, don't mind my fingerprints. Then you get the dark bounds happening at the end. Does that make sense? Would rose gold flake be good over low-key blushing? Yes, that's on our website. I will show you. I think it looks beautiful over low-key blushing. Not necessarily all of the Down to Earth creams, which is why I didn't pick it for that one. But I think it's very, very pretty. On everything. There's over shady navy, and then there's over black, there's over bring me the teal, there's it matte versus not matte, that's over black, over duct tape gray, over white, over naked nails, woo! Very bridesmaid. She's a little mensch wench. Hello, Sophia. When she's licking her bed for you. When she has a message. She says, "Where's Cosmo? I would like to lick his head." Man, she's getting nasty. Okay. What other comparisons do you want? I will oblige. She's washing this in preparation for the new one. Maybe she already licked the new one. What have we done? We did the green. We did overshadowed. We did the red. We did rose gold. We did greige. I think we've done like all the comparisons, but also there is a highlight reel on Holo Taco stories. If you just click the comparisons tab, it'll show you. Greige next to the other holo pastels right here. From exactly when I painted them on 2 years ago. Sophia loves overshadowed. I'm not surprised. I feel like it's kind of moody, you know? It's lifeless. Like the way you like your nail polish or any color palette that you're drawn to is like a bit lifeless, a bit dead inside, you know? I like it too. That's not an insult, to be clear, you know? I like a little dead inside. I want my nails to look like I'm dying. And I don't just mean yellow so people can tell me I'm a smoker, okay? I mean like cold, dead heart. Sophia, I have your collection here. Or I did. Where is it? Chat, what did you do with it? Oh, it's right here. Right? Like, I think Overshadowed is the most Sophia of them all. Of the declassified tacos. Yeah, for sure. That could have fit, right? Like, what if we, like, canceled Brucey? No, we could never do that to Brucey. Not Brucey. But I kind of think a Skittle of Bat... Skittle idea. Bat Bitch and Overshadowed. Oh, yes. I like those two. That's very Christmas emo, okay? No red, no green. Go fuck yourselves. No gold. Bat Bitch and Overshadowed is a Skittle Mani or a French tip. Ooh! Right? Just imagine. Like that. Or this way. This way. Like this. Hold on. I have a Christmas Mani ideas coming in hot. Do this as a French tip. Overshadowed French tip on top of Bat Bitch. Yes. Okay. I could see it now. The headlines for 2024. These are nail looks that are going to be trending. The dead inside French tip look, modeled by Sophia Nygaard. She was the first to wear this look. It's the next blueberry milk nails, but death. Oh, and Sophia, your declassified tacos are in the mail if you didn't get them already. As always, PR list bestie. Not for Christmas? Excuse you, Christine with an H. We don't listen to people with H's in their name. This is 12 Days of Christmas without the H. Cosmo is waiting. Cosmo better get ready for his moment, too. We got presents for the whole family, except Tyler. He's still in the basement. Lunch will be his present. Bury Me in Hollow with Foiled Again is such a vibe for winter. Poinsettias. How do you say that word? Poinsettia? Pancetta? 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 Hello? Kind of? I don't know. It kind of looks like salami and vegetables to me. Like, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. I'm sorry. I love them on their own, but like not together. Is it just me? Okay, it could be just me. Maybe you like it. I'm sorry. It looks like watermelon. Uh-oh. Emily D. Baker's favorite is Spirit Fingers. You are one with the people. You guys are in unanimous verdict because Spirit Fingers did sell the best. Maybe they meant rose gold with berry? Is that what you meant? Did you mean rose gold with berry? Because that I like. I like that. Did you mean this? Watermelon? I guess it's watermelon. Everyone is saying poor Tyler, what happened to him? Yeah, because they're pretending to care. Yum. He's stuck in the basement. Spirit Fingers with Sacrificial? I don't know, because Spirit Fingers has like a pink sheen to it. I don't know if I like these together. I like them apart, but not together. You know what I mean? I still think this is the best. This is the hot new look. Like, that is so... You know when they were forecasting like what the aesthetic would be in the 2000s? When they were like, oh, it's the new millennium and everything is going to be futuristic. And then all of a sudden everything was like shades of blue, gray, and white and looked like iRobot, you know? I feel like this would be in the lookbook for that. The future is here. Tyler is waiting to be a part of the unreleased tacos. We gotta release Tyler from the basement. Which shade does Tyler like? He's awaiting his release? Yeah. It was held up. His release was held up. He didn't get parole. Sorry. It's kind of giving Twilight Eclipse. Can we have wallpapers? The team will work on that, but because we have 12 Days of Christmas to get through, I don't know if I'll have it immediately, but I do agree the spills on this weird Misfits is actually really pretty. So, and I want a wallpaper, so I will try. Let me just look for something. Sorry, Menchie. People were asking for Double Dare, so I had to get it from my drawer. So Double Dare compared to Sacrificial Lacquer, actually they would look good together. So that's Double Dare, which has red reflective in it, which means if I put my light on it, except I'm in Beauty Guru lighting right now, so sorry for not optimizing. But there's red glitters in there that refract based on a direct head-on light, kind of like Disco Dust Taco or Reflective Taco, but red. Let me just move this back. That was my birthday polish from last year, right? So we had Got Cake, then Existential Crisis, then Double Dare, then Cool Cat Mom, which I should probably put on this wheel. Why didn't I? There. My 4 birthday polishes. Christine says spirit fangers. Do I say fangers? Spirit fangers? And she's very curious about the Swatch wheels. Is Sacrificial Lacquer the new... Stop trying to trick me to pronounce it wrong. Sacrificial, it's so delicious and sacrilegious and sacrificial lacquer, liquor, lager. Say that 10 times fast. Spirit banger, spirit fangirls. What's your shade name? Benchy, you don't have to get up for me. Okay, bye Benchy. Can we try mixing Double Dare and Sacrificial? What is this? A remix stream? You wouldn't mix a magnetic with a not magnetic, because then it's just not gonna work effectively. What is this? Ben! I did not make this poll. Collab, Holo Taco X Tyler, Holo Taco X Bentendo, Holo Taco X Dua Lipa. Oh my god. I don't know if I don't know if I could secure all of those. Then we can have levitating polish, or the polish can go Houdini and like become unreleased. Imagine the Dua Lipa collection collab is we release the polish and then we unrelease it. And we could say Holo Taco can go Houdini, and then it's like, haha, lol JK, you thought we released a collab. No, we didn't. We're taking it back. We literally come to your house and we pick it up and we take it back from you. Don't worry, like we'll refund you, you know. A refund will show up in your bank account after 5 to 7 business days. But like you think you got a collection, but then nope, no you didn't. We'll take it right back. That's the Dua Lipa collection. What would the Tyler collection be? Tyler has such lovely thick nails. Like I would do it just for that. Just so I could take pictures with his nails again. Oh boy. Unlike the non-existent Dua Lipa Houdini collection, we're hoping to keep these around for the season. Wait, who won? Bentendo won? I think you foiled the votes there, Ben. Huh? 52% said Holo Taco X Bentendo. What would that even look like? What would a Bentendo collab look like? Just bananas? He already had a collab once. It's called Frozen Bananas, and no one bought them. And he had Banana Hacks. That was basically for him. What is Tyler? A monkey or a donkey? Like I don't even understand anymore. Just please ignore. Please ignore that man. Thank you. All right, I think we're gonna end it on that chaos note. Ben is having fun today. How about a hummus collection? Well, we did that on April 1st. No one bought it, so we took the listing down. Yeah, these polls are ridiculous. I'm ending it. Okay, Tyler is a monkey. All right, end poll. Okay, you missed my chat. Okay, I will try and look at chats, but I don't think it'll go back to the earliest. Oh, it kind of does. Okay, we have 20 minutes to get through chats, and then I gotta go. I got more paperwork to do. Sales data we did. Thank you in advance, everyone. Even if I'm not reading out your name, I appreciate. The member chats are free from Susan, courtesy of Susan, to members, Menti Gang members. I got the bundle because I voted for the green metallic. I love the red magnetic. Woo! Purchased mine during a meeting. A rebel amateur nail art. Idea for a misfit box. A previous box design that was rejected. That's fun, but all the boxes have a theme, so I don't know how we tie anything together. I'm so excited to wear these. Thank you for releasing them. Also, if we make a box, then it actually makes it way more harder to release because you need to plan a box 8 months in advance. I came in at Remix. Officially 1 year in Menti Gang. Thank you. Rose Gold Flake is my true love. Check the live map. Let's see what it looks. Oh, the website. Yeah. Can you double everything on your wish list? Telling us to add to your wish list. Has it been working? Can the chat let each other know if they've been successfully able to add more things to the wish list for the giveaway? This collection is giving me Isle of Misfit Toys vibes from the old claymation. Yes, yeah. I guess it will take some more time to complete the flaky Holo Taco rainbow. I simply got my whole Misfits bundle yesterday. We need black flake. Oh, I did answer that. Can we have more holo tacos, as in holo toppers? I want them all. I hear you, but pigments don't hear you. They don't want to exist in the way that we are able to offer them to you. Christina with no H, rose gold topper would be so pretty over the pastel crumbs. Yes, it would, over the pastel and don't tell bundle. Could we either get a delete all and oh, I answered that. Answered that. Moving to Canada next week from Costa Rica. Any tips? Bring a snowsuit because it's snowing. Prepare for winter. Anna just got the official email and became royalty. Congratulations. You have leveled up. Could not resist, and the bundle is so shiny. Thank you, Sarah. We read that for the Overshadowed. We compared Overshadowed and Great. Thank you, Princess Blingy. We read that. We read that from Maggie. I'm in love with Crystal Skies, even though I voted for Overshadowed. People like both. They both do something different. Look at my cats. How has it been 2 years of Menchie boobs? I love you, Menchie. Was the red leak intentional? You mean like when I went like this in the reel or the short for magnetics? I mean, like, well, no, I didn't know at that time that I would eventually release the red. I did not know. I just show you all the prototypes. This one is by far the sexiest red ever, right? Allie, Sacrificial Lacquer is so vampy. I got goosebumps. Krista, I love the frosted metals. They are very difficult to photograph. Yes, I agree. As a photographer of nails, I shouldn't even bother taking their picture. Melissa, I got cheap champagne as a reward just because I didn't already have it. And once I actually wore it, I was in love, right? You have to wear a frosted metal to understand. Hello, Christine. Thank you for the generous wish list giveaway. Can we have items on the wish list that are currently out of stock? You can have items. I will see what customer service and reserves can do, but if they need to sub in something of equal value, they might have to. It's always my fault, yeah. Why would you make me choose? Why do you make me choose? I have to choose every time. Is wish listing locked? It had a rate limit issue with too many people trying to enter the giveaway by adding to the wish list at the same time. I'm hoping more people have been able to do so in the past few hours. This is perhaps the badass red many have been waiting for, me, myself, and I agree with this statement. Great giveaway. Thank you. Regraze neutral palette. Cleansers are necessary. Did Pinky Swear plus Twilight Shimmer / Aurora Uni Skin later in the day. What? Oh, you did Pinky Swear. I thought you were asking a question of me. Yes, I love that. That's a very like pinky purple unicorn look. Thank you, Caitlin. Are we going to get a neon collection? Pigments are tricky for that one. Number of reasons I will not discuss. Annie, Kate, welcome to the Menchie Gang. Charlie, we need frozen bananas as a seasonal polish with favorite sister and foiled again bundle. We're not bringing back frozen bananas, okay? He was around for like a year and a half after he was supposed to retire. Just want to highlight the Holo Taco customer service team. I had an issue and they went above and beyond to fix it. No more worries and all smiles. Thank you for sharing that, Ali. They are incredible and I'm glad they helped you out and you are happy. Jody, hi Simply, happy Saturday. Excited to see the vault. Your first 12 days of Christmas. Meg, the care team is amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. K-Sock, can you bring back all the wallpapers and zooms? We can't put all of them on the website just because it's too much loading time or space. So we kind of have a limit and then we cycle them in or out. So my recommendation is to just download the ones that you like and then you can save them on your computer because we might have to kick them out to replace them with new stuff. I already answered that. We got that from a person named after Avril. Georgie, I've had a long day at work and it's so nice to have you live when I get home even though I'm late. Watching you always feels like self-care. Thank you, Leia. That's so nice. We did that comparison. If you put matte taco over them, would that be a good way of showing the difference? For the metallic foil flakes, yes, if that's what you're talking about. If you put a matte taco on, you can better see the pigment and not the refracts of like from the light. Thank you, The Inked Nails. Just want to thank you for being so considerate and generous. You are doing an amazing job. You guys don't have to be so nice. Thank you. You're making me uncomfortable, but I appreciate it. Christina with no H. Just want to say thank you, Christine, and the entire Holo Taco team. Painting has always been my way of de-stressing. Thank you. Oh, yeah, we did read this. Stripe and Mouse. We love the family Holo Taco get-togethers. We answered that from Amy. Oops. Answered that. Answered that. Cosmic Coffee. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, is it possible to let us place orders during future days and then shipping whole orders at the end? And then not worry about shipping. Any logistics problems? Yes, lots of logistics problems. That's something I've asked about every year. And I'm always met with, okay, if you do that, would you accept this error rate? Us missing this? What if something sells out in the time and it gets incorrectly allocated? There's just way too many logistics problems that might ultimately result in you having a worse experience. I understand why you think in your current position you'd be willing to risk it and don't care, but I don't want to introduce more complications. So the easiest thing for a high volume warehouse, which is what we are, especially during big launches and things like Black Friday, is you place an order, it goes in the queue, and it goes out. Once you start asking people to hold things and pull things back, you are asking for things to be a much higher error rate than would generally be accepted. That's why no one does this. No one with high volume does this. Maybe if you're ordering from a small indie, they'll do this for you because they're manually doing it and they don't have the same high volume, but it's just not, it doesn't really work as easily. I totally hear you though, and I understand where you're coming from. And I'm always trying to think of like other things we can do to meet that. So the first thing is like trying to make enough of some things and also front loading the products at the beginning of 12 days. So that's why day one, we just hit with the new products to help kind of like show you what's going to be available. Put the most things that we're launching in the front. I always forget to use my member chat. Any word on that smudge-free taco? What smudge-free taco? Well, we never have unintentionally accidentally made an accident and said the wrong thing. Hello, this is my first member chat. I didn't know how to use it. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. What? Sacrificial Lacquer is probably my favorite Holo Taco polish so far. Really? I really love reds and bloody reds. We need more. Okay, you guys want blood, I see. Dusky, I just bought a mini mic to interview my cats. Any suggestions on what I should ask them? Ask them how many hours they sleep at a time. When are we gonna get nail vinyls? I don't know, Heather. We need more blood reds. Yes. Glad to have caught you live today. Usually just catch the VODs. Happy Saturday, everyone. Is it possible to have a channel on the Discord to previous wallpapers? You can ask in the Discord? I don't know, maybe. But it would require everyone kind of crowdsourcing and adding stuff to it because I don't even know if I have the proper record. Woo, we did it. We read all the super chats. As someone who is in charge of shipping for a small organization, logistics are so much more complicated than you realize. Yeah, I realize now, but did not realize 4 years ago. I ask the same question of logistics people, like, every other month. And then they're like, Christine, we already explained this to you. This is why it won't work. And I'm like, oh, I thought I would try again. So I understand where you're coming from. You're like, but why? Why don't they just do this? Why? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's not that easy. If wishlist isn't working, give it a sec and try back. Has that worked for people? You have to have really good problem solving, critical thinking skills for logistics. That is absolutely true. You have to think in advance. You have to think about all the things that can go wrong. You have to think about the margin of error. You have to think about the consequence of that error and what the outcome would be should you need to rectify that many mistakes. And you have to think about the slowdown effect, the unintentional secondary consequences of rectifying that mistake on the rest of your customers and the rest of the experience. So it's not as simple as just hold my order, you know? Although I hear you, I'm not diminishing the request. I totally get it, but. Okay, on that note, thank you for declassifying the tacos. They've officially been declassified. Okay, I'm gonna put this file back in my filing cabinet until next year. And I hope you guys enjoy the new shades while they're here for the season, or as supplies last. Stay tuned for the next few days of, the next several days of Holo Taco's 12 Days of Christmas without the H. It's only day 2. We have 10 more days plus 2 days for loyalty to go. And I'm really excited for you guys to see all the fun things. And remember, each day, the new thing, whatever it is, whether it's a promo or a new thing or a collab or a giveaway or a fun content piece, they all drop at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So same time every day, the same time that, you know, the wish list thing dropped today. Are the glasses a hint? I don't know. Can you see yourself? You can see me. No, I'm just cool. That's what it's a hint for. How cool I am. If the wishlist thing is still not working, I apologize. It's probably a rate limit. Please try again today. And if for some reason most people couldn't add more to their wish list, then we'll just simplify and just pick someone who doesn't necessarily have $1,000. But we will work it out and give someone $1,000 worth of product. Don't worry. Just make sure you enter the form. That's the real way you have to make sure you're entered. You will not get selected if you did not enter that form, that Google form. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the Menchie Gang members. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.